3, 2, 1. Okay, live on YouTube. Okay, next up, let's go with the gram. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Live on the gram. Last but not least, on X. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're live on X. Okay. Okay. Should be top post on the gram. Let me make sure it's there. And okay, oh, good. Everything's working good today. Very good. Okay, top post pinned on my page. I'll see you guys on the show. What up, JT? What up, Pega?
When I am perfectly willing to give her everything she needs. I don't care about her past. I don't care what she's been through. I just wanna fill one night with good love, baby. That's all I wanna do. So baby, if you got that feeling, well, I wanna give you that midnight healing. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Just turn the lights down low. Come right on over here to me. I know you don't want no commitments, baby. I just wanna set your body free. And I don't care what's going on in the night outside my door. I just wanna
Okay. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everybody out there. All right. What's up, Ghost? What's up, Goalie? What's up, Pega? What's up, JT? I see you guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'm getting better at doing the rounds and seeing all you guys. Okay. Let's get this show started. Let me do one last check here. Okay, we're good there. Oh, all right, one more thing. F11, very good, very good. All right, we got a good show today. It's been a while since we have, you know what, let me just do one last thing and check audio. It's been a while since we have had a community show. Why are we slow on Facebook here? So Facebook feed. Okay, X, you're up. If anybody has any, I did bring up my audio a little bit, so I think we should be good. I just want to check audio real quick and make sure everything is working right here. There we go. Oh, okay. I hear me? All right, very good. Okay, let's get started. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Our Power. We're doing WEBBIE Week this week. We have a great show lined up. It's been a while since we've done a community show. I think our last community show might have been 23 artists dropped a collection. Before that, we had Acid drop their collection. So right now, we have WEBBIE Week going on. What we do is we have community. You know what? Hang on. Let me make sure I get this right. All right. We have director of. We have Chiro with us. Hang on. I gotta make sure I get all my calls right. Director of Open Calls and Partnerships, part of WEBBIE Week. So I want to welcome everybody to WEBBIE Week. I want to bring Chiroa up. I feel like Chiroa is the reason why we are all here this week. She had an awesome chance to meet this wonderful woman. She popped into Sketches Space and Linked by Art. And when we popped in and we got into a brief conversation, and the conversation turned into she has a show. And then from that show, we were going to put something together as far as community-wise. And then from there, it ended up she started working with WEBBIE. But I'm going to let her tell you the story. But I feel like this entire week has bloomed from ideas and conversations. And now we're here almost 2-3 months later since I got a chance to meet her. So without further ado, we also have 6 wonderful artists with us, all featured artists who will have their featured artworks up and playing. So without further ado, let's bring Chiroa up. Hang on, Chiroa. Okay, there you are.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm good. Okay. We're good right now. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Chiroa? Wait, you know what? Before we this, I do have one question for you.
Sure.
Am I saying your name right?
You know it.
Okay.
Charola.
Okay. I just want to clear that up because I've been super confused. That's been one of the biggest confusions that I've had through this whole time. So, Chiroa, welcome to the show. Welcome to WEBBIE Week. I feel like you are the inspiration and the reason responsible why this whole week has taken place. So without further ado, we got about 25-30 minutes to talk, and I want you to take a quick minute to introduce yourself to everybody, talk a little bit about you, and talk a little bit about how you ended up in this situation, what you do, also talk about your show, your podcast as well, and then just curious about how the whole WEBBIE thing came to fruition. So I'm gonna let you take over from here. Go ahead, Chiro.
So, hi everyone. I'm Chiroa. I'm the director of open calls and partnerships with WEBBIE. Yeah, so I met Mark because I was talking about my show, Mind Soul Meditations. I do an art therapy show, with Mind Soul Meditations. We did our first season last year. I had over 170 artists that participated throughout the course of the season. I'm actually on season 2 right now. I've got these amazing partnerships that I'm working with. Last year I was with Audacity, so we focused more on women's mental health. This year I'm partnered with the 34 Gallery and the United Nations Volunteers. So we're going to be hitting up this show in 120 countries, and it's going to have a lot of exposure to help support the United Nations SDG 3.4 for mental health globally. So it's a really important show, I think. And I'm really excited that I have all of these artists that are participating, and I'm going to get to showcase them. I started creating open calls for my show at a certain point because when I created my first few episodes, it's all my artwork, all my perspective, right? And I didn't really feel that I was presenting the world in the way that was best for the audience I'm trying to reach. Because everybody comes from different walks of life. Everybody's going to have a different perspective on the themes that I'm presenting. So I want to do open calls and invite artists to share their ideas on what that meant to them, because then it would give more opportunity for people to connect to the artwork. So that's why I started with that. And I did my first season. I brought in the open calls. And this year we have, I'm doing a little bit less with the shows, but I want to do an open call in every single episode. So I've got a lot of artists that have participated. So I had pain points though. I was last year doing everything on Twitter and it was a nightmare. I tried creating my own platform and I started off the season doing all of my open calls on my platform, but I still had pain points because I was spending more time managing the system and the platform than I was really focusing on my open calls and the things that I wanted to be doing. So that led me to reaching out to WEBBIE because I just participated in an open call for women in tech. And it was pretty painless going through it. So I reached out to Vans. I'm like, hey, Vans, how was that for you doing this open call on WEBBIE? And she's like, oh, I got to get you in touch with Creative Owls. So sure enough, we got into a conversation. We had a big chat about it. He walked me through everything. And immediately I started shredding it and telling him he needed to improve this, improve that. And he's like, yeah. Okay. Let me write this down. I got you. So he started making some changes. I mean, he had a lot of really good ideas. I mean, I think Dave, who's here, was one of the first people who told him, you got to do open calls. So started working with him on that. And I was a little reluctant at first to get on board because I really needed to see that open calls were going to be fulfilling the needs of a curator in the way that I needed. So over time, those things got adjusted and he put in place the system that I needed. And so that brought me over as well as 34 Gallery because 34 Gallery, I'm an art advisor there and I'm partnered with them. So he got a 2-in-1 deal when he got us over onto WEBBIE. So we started working with him in that context and I moved my open calls over to WEBBIE. And shortly after, I think just because I was constantly raking him over the coals about all the things that he needed to fix, one day I get a message from him and he's like, you know what? I need you to work for me. I need you to join WEBBIE. And so that started that whole journey. So I'm like, all right, I can get behind this project. You know, if you're because I saw he's listening to me, right? He's listening to me and he's listening to what other people were telling him needed to be done. He was building this for creators. So I had faith that I was being heard and that the product was going to be developed truly for artists. So I jumped on board and I joined the WEBBIE team and sort of lifted some of that responsibility off his shoulders for managing open calls and, you know, communicating with the artists that we have throughout Twitter, Instagram, and various platforms and finding out what their pain points were with the platform, what their pain points were as artists, and figuring out what we need to bring into WEBBIE to improve it and to make it a product that people are really going to want to engage with. And that worked. We listened to people. We created a list of all the things that needed to be done, and we started implementing. And when people were seeing their actual changes take place on the platform, it really boosted a lot of faith that, hey, we're being heard as well. They had the same experience I did. And so we saw monumental growth, that everybody who decided like, okay, we have a platform here where we can really be seen. So I think the reason that I really want to get behind this too was part of my motivation was to elevate artists, to help the artists become seen. And that's sort of the foundation of everything that's being done in WEBBIE, is to elevate artists, to give them opportunities, to take people and help them build their brands and become their own identity and to be seen. So we can do that through a number of different things. Like, we have the platform itself, but we have events like this. We have live events where we, showcase artists. And it's not just our open calls. We have so much more that's going on that we can offer. And we're bringing in all of these tools and resources to try and give people the best opportunity to build their brands, because artists suck at that. I mean, we do. We really suck at marketing, branding, that sort of thing. So if we can provide the tools that help you be seen and brand yourself and market yourself better, then I'm all on board for that, because that's what I'm about too.
We on Monday night we had a chance to speak with Owls. We went over, but it's not just Monday night. Chiro, it's been kind of a relationship that's been back and forth in DMs, and then it kind of moved to phone calls, and then getting to know each other, and then jumping in spaces, and then finally it kind of led to Monday night. So leading up to Monday night, very interesting listening to his philosophies, hearing about the platform, and just listening. And one of the things that I found very interesting about Owls is that he listens. Yesterday we were all, doing the test show, and I was talking about my friend who told me I need to talk less, listen more, and kind of change my life. So that's always one of the things that I have looked for. Well, I look for, especially when it comes to working with people, if they listen. Sometimes, very difficult, especially you clash and go back. In order for a successful relationship to happen, people have to listen to each other, and he is excellent when it comes to listening, and developing and creating the platform along the way, especially with artists. So throughout our conversation, we had a good chance to go over his philosophies, hear everything that as far as past, present, future, and how the site came to be, and now kind of feels like he found a little niche within the art world. I'm gonna ask you, because the last time we spoke, it was just an idea when it came to. I remember we were just talking about how the hug kind of, sold to art.com and really wasn't the same ever since. And everybody really appreciated the way they handled open calls. And I remember speaking about 2-3 months ago, and you were like, well, we're going to kind of slide into that spot with open calls. And you have. But not only that, so many great features have evolved, and now you're starting to see the artists kind of pour on. I was hoping that maybe you could also speak and let everybody know a little bit more about the features that are available, especially when it comes to getting artists paid, either whether tip-wise or goal-wise. I think those are awesome topics to, touch on. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that with the platform.
Yeah, one of the first case studies that I really loved hearing was an artist who came on. She was posting, because we have our marketplace. Our marketplace allows artists to post regardless of what platform they're on. So they might be, we see a lot Object. We see a lot from Starbeam. We see a lot. It could be on Rodeo or posted through Skirpy. It doesn't matter where you post it from. What we found is people were able to bring all of their artwork into one place and have everything be visible at once. And what I heard from artists is that all of a sudden they were getting more sales. Now, I think we are a little bit of a place too in terms of the market that sales are starting to pick up, but they were seeing sales happening across different platforms that they really weren't making sales. And I thought, that's fantastic. That's the whole point of the marketplace is I no longer have to just go to this place or just go to that place to find an artist's work. Now I can see the entire collection across every platform because you may have one collection or one style of art that you want to have on Object, for Tezos. I'm like that. And then I have a different degree, different level of artwork that I've got on Foundation, something else on OpenSea, and I diversify that way. But now everybody can see everything I'm offering in one place, and it improves my visibility and my sales. Even I've experienced that myself. So that's one of our features, and that's what WEBBIE Plus, people can have access to the marketplace and link and put their artwork for sale. The other thing that's really cool about it is as you make your sales and you come in and you get to mark that for sale on WEBBIE, you get a bit of a dopamine hit doing that. So it's kind of fun. And it's for somebody who's coming in and watching me, watching my profile, what they're going to see is, oh, look, she's selling, she's selling, she's selling. Where that wasn't really visible when people were just looking on one platform. They couldn't see that my art was really selling and that, hey, maybe that, this is, maybe I should get in on this now because it might be gone, because they were limited to seeing just what was happening on one platform. So that's one of the benefits for the marketplace. The other thing that we have is goals. And I think goals is important, not just for communities, but for individuals. So with goals, what we allow is peer-to-peer fundraising. So anyone who's familiar with Farcaster is familiar with the tipping system. We want to implement something that was similar, but we want to make it a little bit more transparent in that people could see exactly what it is you wanted to raise money for. So if you need new art brushes, if you need new software, if you need a ticket to go to NFT NYC, whatever it is that you need that money for, let your community know. And then if everybody, drops a buck in, you're going to be that much closer to reaching your goal. And we know what we're tipping for. We know what value we're adding for this artist. It's not just randomly dropping some money down because, oh, I like that piece of art, which you can also do, but you can actually help somebody out. And I mean, in this society right now, there's so much going on that help that we can offer to one another, that's very valuable. And then for communities, they can also do the same thing. Let's say I'm a community and I want to do a billboard next year at NFT NYC, but that's going to cost me $200, $300. I don't have the money for it right now, but my community is really interested in this. You know what? Let's all pitch in a buck and let's reach that goal. And now we can afford it. And we can go out and we can pay for, whatever show that we want to do. So we can work together for this as well, or we can use it for fundraising, like we've done recently for the backpacks for the kids in the DC area, and we put in $300 and we collected donations of like over $150 worth of that right through WEBBIE that went towards getting backpacks for kids. So there's a lot of case studies, a lot of use for having the goals and the fundraising capability, but we can also tip, straight up tip. And I can track my tips. I can see how much I got. I can see how much I paid. I can see where it's coming from. And I have a nice little dashboard to keep track of that. And it's also in my analytics that I can keep track of that. So it's a nice feature. And I think it really helps an artist to find the funds that they need to accomplish the goals that they have. If you're looking to do something big and you just don't have the money for it and you're not sure how to get funding from other sources, our communities are great ways to start raising those funds. I've raised $100 so far for art therapy with Mind Soul Meditations because it's expensive with all of the tools and the software and everything to get my show going. So I've reached out to my community and I've asked them, like, can you, drop a buck, drop $2, drop $5, whatever you can afford, and help me reach that goal to keep my show alive. And I've been getting that support from my community, and I'm really super grateful for that.
Question. So I got a lot of questions, but we don't have a lot of time. What's up, Lon? I see you out there. I don't know why we lost the Facebook feed, but I wanted to get it back up for everybody on Facebook. Chiroa. Okay. I was gonna say, you seemed like you were pretty busy with everything that's going on at the time that I met you. You very busy at the with creating your own podcast, and then the next time I spoke to you, it was like, okay, it's a different idea. I'm working with this new group, and I think that maybe it'd be better to go in this direction. Shit, I just remembered what I was gonna say. I'm always 2 questions ahead. You know what? We're gonna come back to that because I wanted to close on that.
Okay.
WEBBIE Social. I want to remind everybody that it's a very young platform at the time, but at this point in time, if I remember correctly, Owl said is only 7 months active right now. But you guys pulled in quite a bit of artists right now over there.
Yeah, we've got like 1,300 active users, so it's pretty phenomenal. We've doubled that in just the last 2 months. Like, it's been amazing. The open calls are really drawing people in. It's what people need. It's what they want. It's the ticket, right? So if you provide the opportunities, the people will come. And I think that's the whole foundation for what WEBBIE is. Like, this is what we're about. It's creating those opportunities for people, creating these connections for people so that they can be elevated as artists. And when they see this actually happening, and we're fulfilling what we said we would do, they're going to come in. I mean, how can you not? Because you're saying you see these opportunities, and your art's suddenly selling, and it's what people need. It's what people want.
Crazy too, because I remember actually having a conversation with you about what everybody loved when these open calls. I mean, everybody. I remember everybody was running through the hug, and then when things shifted and things changed, it was almost like there was an opening for you guys. You guys implemented it. I knew it was going to bring in the traffic. I just knew it. And now here we are 3 months later, perfectly executed. The traffic is pouring in, and the traffic is not only pouring in, but they're taking advantage of the platform. They're posting. Tips are starting to flow. Money is starting to flow. So you're starting to see a lot of action take place on the platform, especially for such a young platform at 7 months. One Love Art DAO has jumped on there and done some stuff. You mentioned about the billboards, and I know they're trying to crowdsource and fund the billboard for next year at NFT NYC. I also, if I heard correctly, you are also crowdsourcing for your show as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. Yeah, trying to get a little bit of support there to keep it going. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic that everyone can do it. We've got some really amazing communities that have come in with these open calls. I think people are just really enjoying the platform, enjoying the opportunity. And you're right, like, we did fill a void. Hug unfortunately created barriers with the .art domains.
Yeah,
Not
that's
everybody,
right. Yeah.
not everyone can get one. And a lot of the open calls that we're seeing there now are all paid open calls. And we want to keep this free for artists to be able to come in and submit. It shouldn't cost anybody anything to submit their art and have an opportunity. That doesn't mean that there might not be fees after the fact if you're selected, and that's okay. You can choose to participate in those or not. But I mean, at least you're getting your art there and you're visible. And even if you find that you can't pay the fee, you know what? It's pretty amazing just to get chosen, right? So you know that your art, it's a boost of confidence that, hey, I'm being seen and I'm being selected. And then we've got the badges, right? So everybody gets their social proof that they were selected. And that's something that you can be proud of. That's something you get to carry with you and you get to show to potential collectors or on your resume, or if you're applying for opportunities, like, look, these are all my social proofs. These are all the times that I was selected and I'm part of this community and I won in this open call. And those are fantastic opportunities for people to be able to show off. You know, we're all like, if you're on Twitter, everybody's got the, you know, the little flags of what countries your art's been shown in and all of these little tags to all the different events that you've been on as part of your profile. Well, we're doing that for you with your badges, right? So when people come and take a look at you, they know, okay, yeah, this person's been selected. They're a part of all of these different opportunities. They were, you know, they're cream of the crop. That's what it is.
So, the time is cooking here. Oh
Yep.
man, we're already a half an hour in. What I do want to end with is what I was saying before, that you had you have a podcast going on, and you dedicate a lot of resources to that. And then the next time we spoke, all of a sudden it was a major change. Like, I decided to start working with WEBBIE, and I think you spoke about this a lot. But I just wanted to ask, what was it that made you decide that, you know what, I'm going to take my I'm going to take my time, my resources, and my hard work. I'm going to join in. I'm going to be a part of this. What was that one driving moment that made everything click? Because you took on quite you have a workload. You took on another big workload. And that says something, because you really had to see something here in order to decide that, I'm going to dedicate half my resources to this as well, which is very unselfish of you. So I was just curious, what was it that you saw that gave you the confidence to say, this is worth it?
It's an alignment of my vision with the vision of WEBBIE Social. They shared the values that I had. They saw that it was important to elevate artists. And mental health played an important aspect. I mean, that's why WEBBIE is a no noise platform. That's why we don't have all of this DMs and conversations. I mean, we will have something eventually in the back end, but on the front end, it's going to remain no noise, because it just allows people to sort of flourish, be themselves, come in from any starting point. I mean, not everybody's coming into the art scene from the same level, and that's okay, and being able to acknowledge and respect that everybody's on their own journey. Everybody is presenting their art in a different way, and you don't have to love it all. But what you do love, you can give, some love back for it. You can give it a heart, you can give it a fire, but we're all seen and there's no algorithm. So I can share my art and know that somebody's going to be putting eyes on it. It's not going to get lost in the sea of other platforms that have their algorithms that keep me hidden, make me feel like nobody's finding me. So all of these types of visions that were behind the WEBBIE platform, and just creatives philosophies himself, I just felt like I meshed with this, and it was worthwhile me backing this, because I also think that this platform's going places, right? So who wouldn't want to get on board right up front and be part of that team and see it explode and become something big, right? So, yeah.
I used to say back in the day, a lot of times you notice that a lot of people who believed and got on the platform first. Christine Dolce Forbidden is an excellent example of this. She was one of the first people on MySpace. And the way MySpace was set up, it always had everybody's top 8. And the way it went was all the profiles were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 as you signed up. I think she had signed up at like in the thousands, but somehow traded up to get one of the top 100. And because so many of the profiles went dead, the top 100, the top 8 would always show up in the top, whatever the top 8 was. So if one was there was this guy Ducky 16, 32, 74, whatever these numbers, these top 8 numbers were that were still active, always showed up in everybody's top 8. And Christine knew she was showing up on everyone's page. She took advantage of it. She changed her PFP, made herself look great, And the next thing you know, she ended up being one of the biggest profiles on MySpace. So, believing in and same goes for Facebook when people signed up for fan pages in the beginning and for any platform. So to be early at the start says a very big thing. Um, we have 6 great featured artists with us. I want to,
Yes.
yeah. I want to start moving on to them, but we're gonna come back to you, Chiroa, at the end of the show. We're gonna close out. Maybe we'll show WEBBIE's interface a little bit, and
Sure.
talk about it a little bit more. 15, 20 minutes. We'll get everybody else on to say goodbye. But before we get to the end, and then of course we have the announcement for Friday's show. But before we get to that, why don't we start bringing on these 6 great artists?
Yes, I'm really excited about this. I just want to say that before we jump over, because these are some amazing artists. Some of them have been there from the beginning. Some of them are doing super amazing things with the platform, and I'm really excited to be able to showcase them and give them this opportunity.
Awesome. I'm going to switch over now, and we're going to bring up our first artist, which is Dorothy. She is absolutely no stranger to HOP. So I'll see you in a little bit, Chiroa.
Sounds good.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys. So that's Chiroa. You got a chance to meet Chiroa. She hang on, let me make sure I get everything right. Okay, I do. She is the director of open calls and partnerships. She signed up with WEBBIE and never looked back. And I mean, I wish I could explain how it happened. I remember it happening. And then, here we are 3 months later doing WEBBIE Week for all you guys. So without further ado, let's bring up our first artist. Our first artist, Dorothy. Dorothy, I've probably lost count. She has been part of quite a few HOPs. She was featured on a few community shows. We also had a spotlight on her, I think, a few weeks back. Got a chance to meet her personally at NFT NYC. And so I don't want to waste any time with her. I want to bring her up. Let's get her now. Okay, Dorothy. I'm going to pin you. Oh, no, cancel this. Pin for myself. There we go. Okay. All right. Dorothy, you're on screen again. Say hello to everybody, Dorothy.
Hello. Thank you for having me again. Appreciate it so much.
Dorothy, you're actually showing up on HOP more than I am.
I don't believe that.
Welcome back. Let's not waste time because this is we gotta cook. Why don't you take a couple minutes, introduce everybody to yourself, let everybody know a little bit about you, your art. Go ahead, take it from there.
Okay, sure. So for anyone who might not know me yet or might only have seen me in passing, I have been creating art my whole life, but I started creating digital art and got into creating NFTs in the beginning of 2022. And it was like the floodgates of creativity just opened, and I just started. It was like a whole new world, and I would just create and started minting my pieces and started creating community on X or Twitter at the time, and got into different platforms. And I've tried a lot of different platforms, I have to say. Some people in my community call me the queen of platforms because I have had a tendency to jump onto every new platform I could find. But yes, so I basically create mostly digital abstract art. I have created some physical pieces as well recently, but mostly it's digital because you can do so many things with digital that you can't do with physical art, and they both have their pros and cons. So I am really enjoying that, and I'm not sure what else to say about myself.
I know what else to say. You've recently started entering into bringing the digital art to fine
True.
prints. How's that working out? How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Like the one behind me, that one there, is one I got printed fairly recently, and I got a T-shirt made. Actually, I'm wearing it. La, la, la. So yeah, I'm having a few you know platforms where you can purchase these prints or merch and whatever, and it's a very cool thing. And I actually want to buy more of it myself for myself because it's just a special thing to have something in like in a physical format as well that you can look at on your wall or you can wear or whatever. It's just it's just different, and it's yeah. And I want to branch out to offer it to collectors as well, maybe as an extra that goes along with a piece, or maybe as a gift if someone has been collecting a lot from me. You can, I can send them something. So I definitely, I have seen other artists do that, and I have been wanting to do it for a long time, and I finally started getting into it, and I can definitely recommend it because it's a great feeling.
I'm gonna ask, and then I think we're gonna move over to the computer while I do ask. That way we could bring up your link, your slideshow that you created. But what was the inspiration and motivation? But I mean, what made you take it in this direction? Because most people, they kind of focus on the digital art sale or the NFT art sale. You decided to bring the NFTs and the digitals into real life, but also, I was just curious. Also, your thoughts and feelings about the WEBBIE marketplace, where, from what I understand, you can post, links or items that you have for sale, physical items, so to speak, for sale. Yeah, I figured maybe it'd be a good way to tie in WEBBIE, your inspiration to bring the digital art into IRL. Yeah, I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead. Well, you talk. I'm gonna move
Yeah,
over. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Sure. So for me, it is obvious that, as an artist, if you want to make it as an artist, you have to branch out. You cannot just focus on one little avenue of income. So I feel like we all, as artists, should be taking advantage of all the avenues that we can find, whether it's merch or prints or, collaborations with different people, companies, whatever it is. Like there are so many opportunities for us as artists, and we just have to open up our, viewpoint or our horizons a little bit to see those opportunities and start reaching out to them and creating them for ourselves as well. Yeah, I have been, again, for a long time been wanting to do that after I started creating the digital art, because I could see that it is the way forward. You were not gonna, yes, a lot of people who are, growing up now, the Gen Zs and so on, they are used to digital assets or will be used to it, and there will be a bigger market for that. But I don't think that the physical product will ever completely go out of fashion, if you know what I mean. Like people are always gonna love that special thing. If there's something, maybe a piece they really love, that they want to have it on their wall, right? So that was part of my inspiration and motivation for that. Now, when it comes to WEBBIE Social, I got on there very early because Creative Owls DM'd me on X saying, "Hey, I'm building this new marketplace, and take a look." And I was like, "Oh boy, another marketplace," or another, it wasn't marketplace, but platform, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, fine, I'll take a look. Okay, and I was basically, only because it was him DMing me, I was like, okay, I better take a look at this, because if it had been anyone else, I would have been, okay, yeah, thank you, but no, thank you, I have enough. So I started taking a look and diving into it, and as he was also pointing out, I've been coming and going because I have a tendency to get involved with a little too many things and platforms sometimes. But I could see, I was coming back, and I could see how it developed, and I'm like, I started liking it more and more. and started engaging more and posting my things. And what I really like about it is that there is no like limitations to what you can post or what you can put out there, because if it's another platform, like for example, if you want to put something on X, well, on X, I'm only mostly focusing on my digital art. Sometimes, once in a while, I post some physical art piece that I've made, but my audience there is the NFT world and so on. So that's mainly what I post there. Or there are other platforms where you might only want to post about Pesos art or things on Ethereum or something. But here I can just post whatever it is. It could even be a work in progress. It could be a link to my YouTube video I've done, or uh, anything really. And it's great to have an aggregate like that where you can just kind of collect everything you want to show the world, to put it there, and then people can see your whole portfolio and see everything you've done, whether it's physical, whether it's digital or whatever it is, or a work in progress. And it's also very nicely put together, so it's very aesthetic. Whereas on for example on X, right, it's just a mess of posts and texts and commercials and this and that, and it's not very when you go down someone's timeline, it's very hard to get a real idea of what it is they're creating, because then they're reposting something from someone else, which is great, but then you have to like scroll through and to see what it is, what did they actually make themselves, right? So that makes that part challenging. And on WEBBIE Social, it's just easy to see. You go on someone's profile and it's all right there, and then you can go and heart it or fire it, and not burn it. We're not burning it, joke aside. But I really enjoy that part, and also that there's no comments. So it's not like the whole comment thing that we have on other platforms. It is kind of exhausting to some degree, because then you have to answer back and you have to that and so on. Here it's just very simple. You just like it, and you can move on, and you can post things for sale if you want to, or go and see what other people have for sale, right? And it's just not like, as Charo said, that it's not limited to different platforms. You can post from, I have seen people listed, and I'm like, what is this platform about, right? I've never seen that before. So that's really cool as well. I love the open call system as well. That's amazing. A lot of people, as you also did, compared it with the Hug, which I can see why, but actually I feel like it reminds me more of Join, the way it was, because it also had badges and open calls, and you could post a portfolio and so on. But WEBBIE Plus is just like probably 5 levels better than that, right? Because there's so many other features and things you can do. So and again, I know it's going to keep evolve. I know some of the things that they have in store for us. So if you're not yet on WEBBIE Social, I would definitely recommend it, because yeah, just get on board before it gets like it gets so many people that you won't get seen. But actually, that's the other thing, you will get seen, because whenever you post something, it's on top. There's no algorithm to put you down or like or punish you for, oh, you put a link in there or something. No, it'll be shown. So yeah, there's so many good things I can say about it. I feel like there's more, but if I think of it again, I'll interrupt you and jump in.
Yeah. No. I didn't have to say anything, Dorothy. I think I'm gonna give you the show control, and you can take it from here. Uh, this is the first time, so this is actually the first time I'm seeing the slideshow feature. I heard Owl speak about it a lot during our conversation on Monday night, but this is the first time I'm actually seeing it in action, and seeing all your work revolve. I got your work revolving next to you while we're speaking. I also brought up your WEBBIE page as well. We are burning through time quickly, and I want to stay on track. And I have so many questions, but I have a feeling that you guys are going to sell this platform better than any questions I can possibly ask, which is why I'm just keeping my mouth shut right now. I wanted to say beautiful.
I would say that the
Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, the slideshow feature is really cool because you can do whatever you want with it. Like if you want to post uh, or put like just a one collection of, let's say you have minted collection and you want to showcase that, you can just put that whole collection in one slideshow. Or is the one that is running now on the screen is one that I have made that is like chronological in my journey from the beginning of 2022 now, so that people can see an evolution. I could also make a slideshow of art I collected and then showcase those artists, right? There's so many things you can do with that. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Okay. Dorothy, we're running a little short on time. So what I do want to do is I want to ask you right now. I have your WEBBIE social page up. So everybody can see your WEBBIE social page. Really cool PFP. I love these GIF PFP. Oh man, this is like such this brand. I love these GIF PFPs.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome.
Yeah.
I remember when I keep going back, like I feel like one of those old. I remember when, but I remember when MySpace implemented GIFs, and I threw a picture up of myself with my camera, and I said, this is like the coolest thing, but nobody else, really does it or allows it, and this is really cool seeing all these PFPs move. Really quick, how do people find you? How do people reach out to you? What's the best way to contact you? Where can people see more of your art? Obviously, I have your WEBBIE page up, but are there other places that you'd like to share?
Yeah, obviously my web. Yeah, obviously WEBBIE social, and also has the link to my website and X, because that is the only other two places that I would recommend. I mean, obviously I on many different social platforms. There's my link tree as well. Everything, my handle is Dorothy JOC on basically every platform I'm on. So you can always search on that and you'll find me.
Okay. Really quick, give me 1 second. I want to bring this up. Okay, guys. So she mentioned that her X is her main spot. So let's just bring that up real quick so you guys can see her page. Okay, Dorothy. See? Okay. Quick pop of Josh's art there, but this is her main page, guys, on X. This is the link tree that she refers to on X. Linktree will bring you everywhere as well. And then also you guys did see her WEBBIE social. So you can find a lot of her art out there, which is all over her Linktree. You follow all of her collections and all of the marketplaces that she talked about, that she signs up to. It's frustrating. I feel like when you're talking, we all have marketplace and social media PTSD, especially in the NFT world, because you never know, gone today, here tomorrow. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to reset the screen so we can get some inspirational words from you, and then we are going to say goodbye. So give me 1 second. And while I do this, Dorothy, maybe you could leave us with some inspirational words for everyone.
Sure. I would say if you're an artist and you are just getting started in this, or in your, what we call emerging artists, because I feel like I am myself as well, right? I would recommend that you connect with other artists and collaborate with them as much as you can, whether it's about making art or about getting advice, asking them questions, what they think, and maybe not about your art. If you want to make create, what do you create, right? But sometimes we need to kind of like get with other people to get their input on different things, and then just never stop believing in yourself. Just always keep creating, keep working towards your goal, no matter what others might say or what the markets say or anything like that. You just need to keep going, even when you're like, oh my god, you have a horrible day and so on. But there's always the next day. Maybe that's the day you get the big sale, right? So just keep going and just connect with people. That's all that I want to say.
Okay. Dorothy, thank you for taking your time, coming on the show. Thank you for being part of the show. I know I appreciate you. I know WEBBIE appreciates you. And so thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you on again. And
Thank you. Glenn.
you're welcome, Dorothy. All right. Okay, guys. Hang on one second. All right. So you guys met Dorothy. Plenty of show. You can actually, if you go to the YouTube, you could check out her Spotlight show, and then also a featured artist on a few community shows as well. All right. You could also find her at DORTHEJOC. Dorothy, the joy of creation. Creating, creation. Okay. Go ahead. Do I have it right? Dorothy?
Yep, you
So-
had it right.
Thank
Creation, yeah.
Thank you. That's right, because question mark creation. I remember saying that on the show. All right, so guys, we have a switch really quick. The schedule says Shills is next, but Shills had a last-minute emergency, so she is going to take Ryan's place, and we are going to bring Ryan up next. So give me a second to bring Ryan up, and then we will meet Ryan. Okay. Ryan, say hello to everybody, man.
Hey, yeah. Hello, X. My name is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm actually a career software developer, but art has been something of a constant hobby of mine. It kind of boomeranged in my life because when I was a kid and a teenager, I was very artistic, taking all the art classes in school, and I was always drawing, and I was doing digital art, Photoshop, in the early 2000s. But back then, there was not really like you had forums you could share, but there wasn't like any big platforms like there is nowadays. And when it came time to go to college, I kind of like stirred down two paths, either graphic design or software development. And I got a little like scared of like people judging my art and things like that. And so I opted for software development. And I did that for, I've done that. I still am a software developer. And I worked at one place for a really long time and kind of, built my technical skills. And then I switched jobs in 2021 to something a little like slower pace, more rural in my province. And then AI kind of happened, and in 2022, and being technical background, I got really into different AI services and what they were capable of, like video, image, music, all kinds of things. And of course, like AI coding was helping me along too. And then so yeah, I had this reemergence of art in my life, and I was able to sort of express and articulate my creativity where I had kind of been absent from that for a very long time.
Hey, Ryan, you seem to be, well, wait, hang on. I got a question. Software developer, right? I was
Yeah.
going to say, you seem to be Owls. Owls really seems to enjoy your artwork. So I'm excited to get your slideshow up and start checking out your artwork. But before we do that, you being a software developer, and actually programming and working with interfaces, I would imagine. You must have some thoughts about WEBBIE Social and the integration, the way you interact with the platform and the integration of the platform. You want to, I think that probably you'd be the best person to ask. Would be a software developer. You have any thoughts on any of that?
Oh yeah, no, like I joined up from the start. Like I think it was November last year when I started on X. I was doing art challenges and different things, and then that linked me to WEBBIE. And at the time, I wasn't getting like much, algorithm love. It was kind of, it was hard to build, get feedback, and talk to people. And then WEBBIE came along, and I was able to like join it felt more like an early 2000s community. Like it was back before all the noise, and it was really like small. And yeah, from a technical standpoint, it was I've given him not like a lot of feedback, but like I've tried to give him constructive feedback basically, and he seems to really appreciate that. So it's been cool kind of to journey along from the start of it, and where it is now is like it's amazing how like their ability to push features is incredible. Yeah.
Um, Ryan, really quickly, before yeah, we got time. We got time. What type of art do you create? You want to talk a little bit about the art that you create?
Sure. Yeah. Kind of. I feel like I'm still in a bit of an experimental phase. Um, Mostly, I really like. I use Midjourney a lot, and I find that creates more like interesting pieces. And I've been kind of lately this year trying to build trying to do like world building and like more stories, not just like random, a samurai with a digital glitch kind of effect or something. It's more about like writing a story first, fitting it into the world, and then when I release the piece, I could release it on object uh, anywhere, and WEBBIE helps me with the marketplace for sure. But the type of art, I'm trying to narrow it down, but it's still experimental.
Okay. Now that I'm gonna ask this, and then I think we should definitely shuffle over, continue the conversation over to the computer, and let's. I want to get your art up as soon. I'm excited. I've seen glimpses and stuff, and I really liked what you had. So I'm excited to see the showcase that you put together for everybody to see. Um, as far as the interface goes, I think interfaces is like one of the biggest things that can really turn someone off. Sometimes too complicated, maybe not for me, things of that nature. And then also your experience with Web3 and all of the marketplaces. You were here before WEBBIE, wallets, integration, things of that nature. Any thoughts as far as from a programming perspective, a programming, the way you look at things, and the way you code things, and onboarding, right? It's a Web3, very difficult. Wallets, blockchains, different Tezos, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, this marketplace, that, but right, but with WEBBIE Social, doesn't seem to be that difficult to actually sign up and start taking advantage of the platform, as well as get tips and get paid. What's your thoughts on all of that?
Yeah, I think it's been like I like especially that they listen to basically the community and what people are wanting, and they're really listening to that feedback. And yeah, from a software standpoint, it's got a great user experience. Like simplicity, finding things, consistency. Those are all very important aspects in your sort of user experience. So them being able to like hit the nail on the head in almost all regards, and then keep adding things, but not like complicating it. More just it all feels natural when you use the interface. Yeah.
I'm gonna start moving over. I want to get your art up for everybody to see. But you and I mean, I feel like this is a great conversation to have with you. Jumping around on the internet and using lots of different social medias, algorithms. You're constantly trying to beat the algorithms. The way you post, even X. X will come down hard on you if you post links in your, in any of your posts. You link to YouTube. People don't see the post. The Instagram, it's you got to keep it X. I believe Musk's objective is he wants to keep you on the platform for as long as possible. He doesn't want you going off the platform. He doesn't want you on another platform exploring. WEBBIE Social, links, just a bunch of links. You're able to make a bunch of posts through a bunch of links. And to me, very surprising, because WEBBIE Social kind of gives you that freedom to, hey, send them over here, send them over here. Hey, post your socials. You have and I'm gonna jump over and we're gonna get your art up, but any thoughts on any of that?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like starting out, I didn't really have any social media presence at the start of last year, and then ramping up on it, it was really difficult being so late in the game. Trying to get a following, trying to get feedback, trying to reach out to other artists and collaborate. Um, and then with WEBBIE, everyone is so engaged that I find it's a lot easier to make those connections, get that feedback. And yeah, it's been a really interesting journey for sure.
I'm gonna start re-rigging the screens here. I'm over. Yeah, you could see me. Okay, good. I'm gonna let me see. Bring up the art screen. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna start re-rigging the screens. I want to. Awesome. I got your profile right here. Give me a second while I bring you up. Profile. There we go. Awesome. Chiroa, you are awesome in the background. Thank you very much for helping me out here. Okay. That's your slideshow. I need your page. Oh, nope, that's not it. Hang on. Copy link. Hang on. I don't know why. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Hey, you guys with these PFPs, man. I feel like I'm in the future of social media. I love these moving guys. I'll tell you, you guys are inspiring me to work on my page, man. I need a flaming question mark. I need something roaring and on fire. Yeah, one of the things I've always said is iron sharpens iron, right? And so artists, without a doubt, artists inspire artists. That's a big thing with me. But you got every one of your pages. I love these moving. You guys got me. On the moving PFPs alone. I'm gonna get your slideshow going here. I do want to have your. Okay, hang on. We got this up. Okay, good. Everything's set. This is a little new to me, so I'm trying to figure out the format on the fly and not hang us all up or put any delays in the show and keep it moving. I have your WEBBIE page up right now. I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to scroll through. I'm kind of figuring this out, learning along the way. You said that you were one of the first people on the platform, and a lot of talk about the algorithm and people being able to see your art and search for you. People could see when you post immediately. Brings me back. I have a long back when the fan pages were on Facebook were free and open, and back when Instagram wasn't owned and choked flow. It seems like to me the only platform that's come along that's really given you a little air to breathe is TikTok, pumping you to other people outside of your followers and things of that nature. I'm going to get your slideshow going here, but what was it like when you first got on? And now it seems like, people are starting to, it was a better question, actually. Were you excited to start? I mean, as being one of the first people on, you're probably the only, is when you get to a party and you're the first person at the party, and there's nobody there except you and the DJ, and there ain't nothing, so you end up talking to the DJ. But you probably were talking to the DJ for quite some time before people started, showing up. What was it? How do you feel now, seeing all the traffic that's starting to develop?
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Like early on, yeah, it was like just really close knit, and there's a few people, and I'd connect with a few people on X, just from linking to WEBBIE. So I kind of expanded my follower base a little bit just by being on WEBBIE a little bit. And yeah, no, it was yeah, it was a little bit like talking to the DJ at first for sure. But it's cool because then you get to you give feedback, and the early feedback gets listened to, and now it's like when the marketplace came out, that was a big that was a big change, I feel like, because I didn't really have, I had seen all the sites you could go to mint art, but I hadn't really done it. And then the marketplace came along and I thought, okay, well, this is great. I don't have to worry about how I market things. I can just market on this one marketplace here. People can find me no matter where I post or where I mint. And yeah, I got some sales, and it's just great to have that like sort of experience, like as a selling artist.
Okay. Okay, now my favorite part, Ryan. Let's talk about some art.
Mm.
All of these pieces, Mid Journey. Now, is it just Mid Journey? You being a programmer, coder, being very familiar, prompts, things of that nature. There's always this big AI is not art and all this, and people always going back and forth. What So why don't you tell me how you create, man?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a really different medium from like drawing or photography. I think of it as a little more akin to like, sort of carving marble. At first, you start with just a big slab, and then you're sort of uncovering the piece slowly until you get what you want, or you don't get what you want, and you start again. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of services out there, not just Midjourney, but there's some other ones. Yeah, like Flux, I'll use that one. Stable diffusion kind of stuff. I've just experimented with all of them, but I like Midjourney's output kind of the most, so I stick to it. And I use other services when I need them, but and videos. Now we got videos, so we can do. I love loops, GIF loops. I'm obsessed with them. So you'll see me posting a lot of looped videos, just like weird little surreal things or something like that. The process is more just like, yeah, last year was like experimenting, just whatever. But this year, I'm trying to really hone in on world building and storytelling through pieces. So there's kind of an evolution in those pieces in the studio as they go on. I started this sort of one project, this like feed dream. What does AI dream about kind of thing, and what is it thinking, and how would it evolve in the future, and things like that. So you're kind of just sticking to that.
When you create, how much what type of time are we looking at?
Oh, it's like I usually do my stuff late night. I'm up middle of the night, the creative owls kind of thing. And yeah, it depends. Sometimes you get a piece that's interesting, but you didn't really spend a lot of time on it. And other times I've spent like hours on just one image, editing it and re-rendering, like sort of regenerating parts of it until I get like the final result that's in my head that I'm looking for.
Okay. Ryan, we are we're cooking on time. I wanted to ask any you being a familiar with operating systems, right, and programming, coding, a little bit of a head start for you with AI, or a brand new learning curve?
I think there's a learning curve to it for sure. You kind of use it without experience, but I feel like it more amplifies your natural abilities. So if you're good at coding, it'll help you do that properly. If you're good at art and you know a lot of I'm pretty new to the theory of art. So yeah, it's fun to be kind of like in a new mode again, learning things. Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, before we say goodbye, maybe you could let everybody know, is there a good place to reach out to you where people could see more of your art, follow along? I know everybody has their favorites where they hang out. I'm going to bring up your WEBBIE profile again. But is there anywhere else you'd like to direct attention?
Yeah, no, I hang out on WEBBIE and X mostly. And I got a link tree on X, and that's got everything else. So my object, my personal website, which also has some artworks on there. But yeah, I'm always free, open to XDMs. So if you want
Okay.
to collaborate or ask me questions or curious about any of my experiments, just let me know.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Ryan. Hang on for me. All right, guys. So this is Ryan's page right here on X. I just want to get this up here for you guys. You want to reach out to him. It's very easy to find on X. Also, his link tree, like you mentioned, is right here. So we will bring up his link tree as well. On his link tree, you can find his artwork on plenty of different sites. He's got Rodeo, Object, all different links. He also has his gallery. I think he mentioned his web page is up here as well. I think this, yeah. Okay, awesome. This is his web page as well. So web page, Linktree, X. And if you want to reach out to him, obviously X is the easiest way. And an easy way to see more of his art as well. I'm going to bring up your WEBBIE profile one last time. We'll close on this. Can't get over these PFPs. Every time I see them, they make me smile. And your PFP looks like you, Ryan. So, yeah, good job with that.
What
All
you
right.
used to look like more.
I'm gonna reset the screens, and while I do, I'm gonna ask you. We always close out with some inspirational words, Ryan. So while I reset these screens, let me get this going. Everything's good to go. We're good to go. Okay, excellent. Ryan, why don't you leave us with some inspirational words?
Sure. Yeah. I think in my journey, I've covered a few things that I think about a lot, like just sharing takes courage, and there's going to be downsides, but I think of the spheres of control, like what I can directly control, things I can influence, and things completely out of my control. And I just focus on basically what I can control, what I can influence, and then everything else is just noise.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, you finished, Ryan? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show, spending your time, being part of this show. I know I appreciate it. I know Owls and Chiro appreciates it. And it was great speaking to you. A little bit of a programming perspective on WEBBIE. I think there's lots of different things to touch on why WEBBIE is booming right now, and I appreciate you for sharing your knowledge and also sharing your art and your time and being a part of this, man. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So you just met Ryan. You can find Ryan on X at rfitzpatrick_IL. That's RFITZPATRICK_IO. Okay. Ryan switched with Shills. So next up we have Chet. Let me bring Chet up now, and let's say hello to Chet. Let's meet Chet. Okay, Chet, you are good to go. You're pinned, and you're up. Okay, Chet, welcome to HOP. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, how's it going, everybody?
All right.
My name's Chet Bliss. I don't know what I'm an artist, I guess. IT professional for 34 years. Worked for Boeing for 16. Recently laid off, looking for work. I don't know. I don't know who I am or what I do.
Well, I'll tell you this, Chet. We do know that you're an artist. So maybe you could introduce us and talk to us about some of your art and everything that you're creating.
All right, well, I didn't get into art until I was in my 40s. I actually started with Halloween art. So we had these crazy Halloween extravaganzas in our yard. And I built a whole cemetery, built a cemetery fence and crazy column, and all these paper mache pumpkins and crazy stuff. So then I kind of got out of that, and then I got into like digital collage. So like in the 2013 range, I started doing collage. I mean, so this is like one of the first artworks I did. I did an Andy Warhol of my daughter, so that was kind of fun. And then just started doing all kinds of different digital collage stuff. I put some of that stuff on my WEBBIE page, and then I kind of just stopped and I didn't do anything. And then in September of 22, I found Midjourney. I actually heard about it on Timcast, and I'm like, oh, I got to get on there and try that. And then so since September 2022, every day on Midjourney, I just looked today. 760,000 images in Midjourney as of this morning. I mean, there'll be more tonight, right? But
Oh,
760,000.
are you're you're the 100? Is there a cap? That was for you yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah. The in the slideshow, yeah.
Okay.
I have so many Midjourney images, and no one's ever going to
I get it now.
1% of it. So I started building, slideshows on WEBBIE so that I could, show some of my images. Like I said, no one's there, not even going to ever see 1% of the art I've created. Like I just, calculated I'm at 2 million, over 2 million frames. That's Midjourney plus all the different, like Runway and Pika and the other video platforms. So I'm at over 2 million frames so far, and that actually led me into physical art. So I've always digital, and then Midjourney forever. And I'm like, I should start painting. So then, like this painting, I actually won it's the first painting I ever put in a show, and I won a what was it? Honorable mention, which was fun, So I've done other art. I got other paintings too. So I've got, I don't know, a couple hundred paintings, So just Midjourney just turned me into a maniac for art.
Chet, is that that piece of artwork behind you? Is that part of the Halloween art that you were speaking about?
That's Todd Goldman, so it's just a print. I actually met my wife on the web, so it's we actually met on the web, so we bought that print.
Yeah, crazy. Come on here and say you don't know who you are, Chet. Chet, you're an artist, Chet. Not only that, but I get excited when I hear about physicals, Chet. So curious, how did you end up stumbling into Web3 and WEBBIE?
Chara, I mean, she forced me into it, right? It's like I always, she always asked me to submit to her open calls, and I like to do that. It's a challenge, and she's always encouraged me to do that, right? So when she's like, "Well, I'm moving to WEBBIE," and I'm like, I don't want another platform. I have enough. X is my platform. Period. You know what I mean? I'm an X guy. 14,000, followers. That's my platform. But she encouraged me, and then I got on, and it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it's a way to. I actually was giving Al's crap because you can only post 3 posts a day, and I'm like, man, I want to post 100 at a time. This isn't working for me. He's like, well, go do it on a slideshow. I'm like, there we go. So then if you look in my studio, I just have tons of slideshows, and just it's like I'll create one with my slideshows usually have a minimum of 100 images. Fun.
So, Chet, let me ask you some questions here. And while I do, we're going to transition over and start getting these slideshows going. But we know you're an artist, and we know you're a very active artist, not only creating physicals, creating a lot of digitals as well. And now you had a chance to jump on WEBBIE. X is, you can always tell somebody's platform when I'm making my posts, because usually I could find people pretty quickly on IG, and a couple of you guys I had a hard time finding on IG. I had to go to your pages. I had to let. I realized Bliss, the name was turned. I realized it too late, but I was still able to make some edits. So I could tell immediately like X is your thing. But
Yeah.
being on all these and I feel you being with all, another platform, but you seem to have stuck with WEBBIE. You've stuck with it so much that you ended up on the show as a featured artist. So what was so special about WEBBIE that kept you it kept your attention? Because I didn't, I didn't, I was. It doesn't seem like you're very active on IG, if I have that correctly. It seems
Yeah, I
like you're
don't use IG very much. I have some on there. It's just not worth it. That doesn't, you don't get any views. You get nothing.
right, right. Yeah, I noticed that, and so that stood out to me because you focus on where you feel comfortable, which is X, and you leave what you don't like behind.
Yeah.
Which why I had such difficulty finding you on IG. As this doesn't look too active over here. So at some point in time, you were like, not worth it. But you're still here on WEBBIE. So what's keeping your attention?
The slideshows, I get to post a crap ton of art. That's what I like about it, right? So I was giving Al's crap because I was like, oh, you can only post 3 a day, and Churro wanted me to get on there. I'm like, well, if I get on there, I want to post a ton of stuff. And I don't want to, because X, you can only post once or twice a day if you want to be seen, right? I've posted what 170 images in one day on X. That was like 3 years ago. I could post 10,000 images on X in a day, but then I flood the algorithm and no one will ever see it, right? So it's like, okay, well, I want a place where I can show some of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's there and created, but does anybody ever get to see it? I don't even get to see it. It's so funny because I'll create a slideshow and I'm going through the archive. I'm like, I don't remember any of this stuff. I create so many.
So I was so interesting what you're saying. I never even knew this. If you post more than 2 or 3 times on X.
Oh yeah, you don't want to post more than twice a day.
Really?
Yeah, I try to post once or twice. Yeah, you just don't get seen. Even I have 14,700 followers. I don't get 1% of that views. It just. And then sometimes you will. It's weird. Like I posted a video on Sunday and I got 13,000 views. Like why did that one get seen and all these other ones don't? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense.
I'm gonna start heading over here, but so we can start showing everybody your art. But
Okay.
while I do that, question: you have to be excited about the fact that there's no algorithm choking on WEBBIE. I mean, everybody gets to see every post that you make. That I mean, what's your feelings on that?
It's interesting. Like it's weird because I went and followed 1,100 people on WEBBIE and only 87 followed back. Right. So I know it's just a new platform and I've only been on a couple of weeks. Right. But it's like, I would hope that people would follow me. If I have 1,100 people, get some followers back. So I don't know. I'm openly optimistic. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me. I'm gonna switch some screens here, and we're gonna get you up. And while we do that, as I bring up your, let's see. Let me. Okay, I got your links here, so we're gonna bring that up next. Let's open up the screens and get your art coming in. Okay, good. Chet,
Yeah.
why don't you talk to me a little bit about, funny. I didn't want to take the show in a completely different direction, but I have a friend, and I feel like you and my friend would get along famously. He puts on. He lives in New Hampshire, and he is huge when it comes to Halloween. And I mean, he really puts on a show.
Yeah.
He skeletons. he
Okay.
buys the huge skeletons and he actually drills them to the side of his house, like they're climbing up the side of the house.
Nice.
He
Nice.
puts on he puts on some show. Um,
Nice.
so when you're talking about, when you were bringing up Halloween, my friend is Cooch is the first person that popped into my head. I have your WEBBIE social open.
Okay.
Chat, I'm disappointed. Why do you not have? Where is your moving PFP chat?
I didn't even know you could do that.
You are so busy posting, Chet, that we need some PFPs, some moving PFPs. But okay, talk to me about creating art, Chet.
It's just a compulsion at this point. I mean, I created 5,000 Mid-Journey images in 24 hours a couple years ago. Like every time a new version of Mid-Journey comes out, like I'm just I'll take all my old prompts and run them against them. So I'm all in for Mid-Journey. Mid-Journey is my main platform. I love it to death. I'm not going to ever, use anything else but Mid-Journey. I mean, everybody tries to get me to try different, different platforms, and it's just like nothing compares to Mid-Journey, unfortunately. I've tried everything, and and I'm trying to get to 1 million images in Mid-Journey this year. So I'm trying to I may be able to get to 1 million images by the end of the year in Mid-Journey. It's like, so and why do I create art? I don't know, and it has no rhyme or reason. You know what I mean? I'm just I moved into videos, and then I stopped videos, and I was doing static, and I moved back to videos, and now like, so the two, there's, I just did 2 videos this morning, I did 2 yesterday, 3 the other day. You know what I mean? I'm starting Chet TV, so I've got a new YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Facebook, X, and in September I'm releasing every single day into March a video. So and it's already all scheduled. I rebranded all the old videos. I made stuff in the archive. I did crazy stuff. So I've, like I said, starting September, every single day and all the way into March, I'll be releasing, a video on every platform. And I continue to create videos. So, by the time March hits, I'll be all the way through December of next year. So it's, I'm creating my own platform. I'm just like, okay, nothing works, nothing sells. I've sold a couple things, but I'm just going to promote myself and see what happens.
Well, I'll say this. You did mention that you started art a little later in life, yes?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, no training.
What were you doing before the art?
So, 34 years in IT, like 16 at Boeing. I started in the 90s when you were installing, Lotus 123 via floppy on a PC in a branch. You know what I mean? So it's like all the way from PCs all the way to building giant international networks and supporting Boeing, all kinds of And now I can throw it away, and none of that matters. I can't even get a job at Costco or Walmart or anything. It's crazy.
Do you are you scared of AI, or are you welcoming of it?
I'm a pioneer. Like I said, Midjourney's AI, right? So I've been using that since 22. And then as soon as all the chat GPTs and everything showed up, I was busting its balls, just trying to, give it the most existential crisis problems to try to get it to solve, to really, make it hurt itself. Like I'm trying to destroy it. So, but I love it. I use it every day. Like, I use it now, and I use it to get. So I'm not. It's crazy. I'm a prompt engineer, right? But I'm not super verbal. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm now taking the little bits of information that I can and throw that into ChatGPT and say, hey, work with me here. Help me get a character name. Help me get a backstory. Help now Suno. Like I do music videos, and I was using, I was using artist music. And now switch just to Suno because it's so good now. The 4.5 is just fantastic, right? So it's like, so now I'm working with ChatGPT. I'm like, I got this little stem for a song. Help me build the lyrics and then help me build, the actual song. So like I said, I just did 2 this morning. I'll probably do another one before the day. Oh, like I'm just a nut. I'm just, I'm creating massive quantities of content. Who knows what's going to happen with it, but
Chet, I gotta ask you, how do you how do you your mid journey addiction, man? What does that cost? Creating all these images.
a lot, a lot. Well, so I started with, it's crazy because so I started with like the $30 plan, and I would run in relax mode, and I'm on the phone so much just making sure that there was always 10 running for 2 years. I just every single I'm on the phone every single second making sure I've got 10 jobs running because that's what you could run in the queues, right? So then I upgraded the pro plan, and then luckily a benefactor helped me get to a bigger plan, and so I'm very happy with that. So I'm generating massive quantity. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 1 million, images generated in Midjourney this year. Hopefully, I can do it.
It must be frustrating, Chet, that WEBBIE Social is not at the point where hundreds of thousands, like other established, they're on their way. But it's you got a lot of art, and it sounds like you need an audience to go with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I really like WEBBIE. It's great. It's great, and they're responsive. And I want comments. I don't know why people don't want comments. And I don't know. It can get better, and I know it will get better.
What I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Right? Popped up on your IG. It's like desert out there, and I'm like, this is not active. But yet, you stuck with WEBBIE. I'm just curious. Any features that jump out to you, especially being in IT, also like Ryan, having that technical background. What jumps out at WEBBIE at you that you do like?
Like I said, the studio, the slideshows, right? So I can post a lot of art at one time, and people can finally see some of the stuff that even I haven't seen, right, in forever, right? Like when you create so many images a day, it's like I only get to see a little bit of them too. You know what I mean? It's like I'm compelled to create more and more and more and more. So then it's like going back and doing the curation is fun, right? It's like, oh man, look at that. That image was intense, I don't even remember that.
A million images as a goal, I would imagine is pretty tough to remember. Yeah, it's also not only that, but you have to curate everything very carefully, I would imagine. Only picking the best of the best, too. Okay. Chet, what's the, I guess I already know the answer to this, but what's the best way for someone to reach out to you? X, okay. So let's bring up your X. And while I do that, looking forward to Chet TV. And Chet Bliss, not your real name, right?
No, it's my real name, and
really?
I hate it with a passion.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I grew up in Oxnard, California, which is basically Tijuana, and the Hispanics can't say my name right, so Shit Piss was my name. So hate my name with a passion.
Well, I mean, Jeff Bliss. I saw it. I said, this has got to be a stage name. You have completely surprised me with that one. I would have bet the house on this being a stage name.
No.
I guess I was like, he must be so blissful creating art. But okay.
Nope.
Give me 1 second, chat. So guys, this is his X. Best way to contact him, reach him, follow him, see more of his art. Also, his link tree is on here as well.
It's not up to
oh.
date. Don't even click it.
Got it. Got it. Not much on here, but you can find his Instagram, I believe. Nope. You cannot. So yeah, okay, not worth it. X, he wasn't joking, guys. X or WEBBIE. That's where we will leave it. X or WEBBIE.
Yeah.
So all right, that's your X profile. This is your WEBBIE profile. Okay. Chat. I'm gonna reset the screens.
Okay.
I'm gonna open you back up wide. And once I have everything set over here, Sony's good. There's that. So let's set that back right here. And we will double vert. Okay. Chet, before we say goodbye,
Yep.
maybe you could leave us with some inspirational words for maybe all the later artists starting in life. It seems like you have started a little bit late, but quite surprised by very surprised by you pulling up physicals because I had you for an AI prompter artist, but the physicals off the floor blew me away. So it's nice to see those physicals and you get into painting, but maybe you could leave us with some inspirational words for everybody.
I just say try it. You know what I mean? Like I actually am ruled completely 100% by fear, right? So then I'll just do things to try to break through that fear, right? So that's how I got into prompting. My first prompt was napalm spaghetti. What the hell is that, right? And then I just started plugging every word I could think of into Midjourney to make it do crazy stuff. And then I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. So then I literally bought art books to figure out like, okay, what all the different styles of art were. You know what I mean? Like it just blossomed into this crazy thing. You know what I mean? And I am an iPhone photographer too. So I live at the beach, so I'm always taking pictures of seabirds and the sunrises. I mean, like I think the whole world is art, and it's just how you see it, and go capture it. You know what I mean? Go have fun and practice. Don't ever stop practicing. Just practice, 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 practice.
Okay. I have a saying. There's an artist in everyone. It depends on your style of art. One of my favorite things to say, you could be an artist in landscaping. It's just so many different ways to be an artist, but there's always an artist in everybody.
Sure.
Chet, I want to say thank you very much for your time, jumping on the show, being part of this, supporting WEBBIE, sharing with us your knowledge, your art. Thank you very much, and only the best in the future. I now understand the joke about 100 on the slideshow. So I didn't get it yesterday, but I get it today. And keep prompting away, man. Keep creating.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chet. Okay. All right, guys. So that was Chet Bliss, real name. And you can find him on X at Chet, CHET, BFF. Okay. Our next artist up, Shills. I think I just saw Shills jump in the room. Let's bring Shills up now.
I'm here.
All right, Shills. Glad you could make it. Let me, Shills, I just learned yesterday that you were at NFT NYC as a speaker.
Was.
Yeah,
I
as
was.
a speaker.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to meet you.
Our talk was a little frazzled. It started the next day. They had some difficulties with the crew there locally that had been hired to do all the setup. And unfortunately, it put a lot of things behind, but it worked out for us with my talk track and the two partners I was talking with, because someone else had canceled, so we got to switch to the next day.
They did have some technical difficulties there, especially with the display room. That really, yeah. It's a shame that I didn't get a chance to meet you, but hopefully
Yeah.
NFT NYC 2026 will
Oh,
be.
definitely. Yeah, I'm already
Mhm.
talking with LJ and the crew on stuff, and they're working to help me build out my one hub as well, and do some stuff with them potentially next year. So,
LJ is a great guy. They're all of them. I got a chance to
Yeah.
meet all of them.
mhm.
Shills, why
Yeah,
don't you take a couple minutes, introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your art, and yeah, let everybody know who you are.
sure. Well, I like to start by saying I'm a unicorn, and I mean that because I am a Jill of all trades, not really a master of any. I'm a sponge. I like to learn, and I like to share what I learn more than anything. So I'm a constant knowledge seeker, and I don't do good learning and then not regurgitating that back out for others to also benefit. So my personal like foundation and my very core as a child, even, I've always been that kind of servant leader who really enjoys helping other people succeed because in doing that, I succeed as well. And I like to lurk in the shadows a lot more. This is a little unfamiliar for me. I'm used to hiding behind my PFP, my Vibey from Good Vibes Club that you saw on the screen there. That character is actually what I built my brand around. And they are a newer collection that launched back in March, but it took them 3 years to build it. And they are backed by Toast TV, which is actually a very large, widely known, established Web 2 animation group who did the complete rebranding for Facebook Messenger. And they've done stuff for Oreos and for all these other big names. So they actually were already established for 7 years in Web 2. And then they spent 3 years cultivating this whole collection for Good Vibes Club, cultivating all of us as the community members, and just they were totally fine with me finally launching my shills brand around my PFP because that's my forever vibey. I love it, the colors. I do a lot of stuff with those colors in my life and what I wear. So it was just really cool to get to do that. And NFT NYC is actually where I officially launched my shills81.com website, which has the Vibey on there and it has my shill's name and all of my coloring. And At the same time, I had one of the artists who is responsible for the Williamsburg NFT wall there in Brooklyn, Lorso Mashna. He also did my Vibey. So my Vibey's on the Williamsburg wall as well. And there were some other things I lined up with some custom shoes from Fresh Kicks. And if you can't tell, I'm a brand girl. I wanted to make sure that I aligned all these partnerships and folks, especially from Truroa and from creative side, because I had already been talking with them, just letting them know I was very interested in WEBBIE and wanting to get more involved actually with WEBBIE directly with the two of them, and if they would let me pretty much be their intern is what I begged for, and she said yes. So right now I'm actually her intern behind the scenes, and trying to help her with some stuff and bring more value to WEBBIE because I believe in it. And the reason I do is it fits me as an artist, because it's all about that funnel of, and I think Ryan said it best, maybe even of how it really genuinely is targeted for the artists. It's made in tow with the artist. And that's who I am as a person. Always behind the scenes, I'm in people's DMs that you would not believe where I'm bouncing ideas with
I
them.
do
They come to
believe.
me.
I, I I believe it.
Yeah, I might like, okay, let's say they're working on a new piece, right? And they're stuck on something and they'll shoot me what they're working on and I'll be like, oh, try this or that. Visual shit just clicks for me, man. That's just been that way my whole life. And they'll, I'm not saying they'll do that thing, but it'll remove the block. Does that make sense? And then they go off and do other stuff. Or maybe they're a startup and they want some advice on things that they're doing because my trade by nature in real life is I am a product manager in the digital space. And I have been in my career for 24 years. I am 43 years old and proud of it. And I finally got back into the art scene last January, actually. I have only been in this space since January of 2024. But I do come from an art background and a tech background. So I feel like I have excelled very well in this space in such a short period and networked like a fool. And I get told that. But that's because it really is what I love. I had someone once tell me, you do know who you're talking to, right? When we were in New York. And I was like, what does it matter who I'm talking to? I'm having a conversation. And they just like, and they still, this person's still a really good friend of mine, and he likes to joke with me, and he'll be like, it baffles me. I love watching you network, and you have no freaking clue who you're even talking to right now because you really don't care. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like energy, right? I am attracted to other people from an energetic connection, being just good humans and really thinking of each other, right? The community aspect. I'm a big community builder. But for me, it's really about the consideration of the other people around you. And you'll see it on my stuff. I have my own method, and it's not my own saying. What's in it for we? I didn't make that up, but my particular theory and what I've been working on for several years now for my method for what's in it for we is fully based around when you want something. Let's say right now we have the goals on WEBBIE, right? Which are phenomenal to go out there and get, a goal set up, and you want to ask your, community to put some money in, and Troa freaking nailed it the way she explained it, right? Throw a buck in, throw a buck in. I mean, if you have 100 community members, they might, I'm sure most of them are going to be willing to do that from time to time, right? But before she did that, she thought of her community on by asking them for this to help her get this, they get this in return. So she actually considered what their benefit was before asking for her own. And that is what my whole thing is built on. And it's art, it's behavioral studies, it's science, it's math, it's everything Web3 is meant to be. And I am that person. I am proud of it. I am the product. There is no one else like me in the world, just like there's no one else like anyone else. But I have a very, very good skill sets, and I have been applying it fast and furiously in this space.
Shills, there's not a doubt in my mind that you are an expert networker. Um, I just, I could, no. Um,
I like to talk a lot too, so shocker.
yeah, no, it's just, I think you were born, for that position. Um, okay. WEBBIE, right?
Mhm.
It's WEBBIE, for some reason, you made the decision to do something different. You said this isn't you
Mhm.
coming on screen. You like the behind the scenes, but you made a choice to jump on the show and be in front of everybody and talk and be a featured artist. So why?
Because personally, for me, I feel like what Webbie's mission and what they stand for is actually one of the biggest things that I stand for and what I'm trying to help others not, I don't like the word onboard, but bridge over into the Web3 space, the digital art space, is by understanding the value of what blockchain really is and that it's actually a historian for our very integral, valuable historical things, even photos, especially photos. Photos get lost all the time. Paintings get burnt up. And then if there's not an actual documented where someone at any time can go look that thing up, right? Like we can in the blockchain that's free of anyone taking it. That's the economy that we're all trying to build here. And Webby to me is that catalyst, and it allows for that networking and that connecting to happen. And everyone here has already said it, but I'm going to say it too. It's truly the artist platform because they build with us in tow. They hear us. And Chiroa, trust me when I say the fierceness in her voice is really like that behind the scenes, and she really does, give creative that um, different flavor, if you will, of coming at it from no, we have to do it this way. We have to have these things, and she does that for all of us. And those two are what made me go to their DMs. Probably about a month and a half ago, and started hitting them up. Hey, how can I help? I would really love to get involved more than just putting stuff out here. Um, Free of charge. I'm volunteering, right? I'm networking, I'm learning this space, I'm growing. I have some really great ideas. I'm already deep rooted in so many of these groups with all these artists. And I see this crazy vision that I have. And I pitched it to both of them separately, and they loved it. And I have already talked with some folks behind the scenes about some concepts and ideas that I have personally for what I would like to see done. And it would involve NFC Lisbon, it would involve NFT NYC, it would involve Super Chief in LA. And I may or may not have already had conversations with a lot of them to get them interested in wanting to learn more about WEBBIE. And they didn't say no. They were like, wow, wait, it can do what? And when you have people like John Karp on a call with you and you're telling him about this place and what it's capable of and where creative came from and where Toroa came from, and he perks up and he's like, hold on, wait, what? And wants to hear more and agrees to more conversations. I mean, that's a very busy man, and they're already planning Lisbon for next year. So the fact that he even was willing to take the time out and entertain it, and not just entertain it, actually hear the value in what they're building here, right? What we're building, and absolutely love the marketplace concept. That it's not trying to be a platform, not looking to have people mint. That is one of the best things about it. There is enough of that shit out there. And there is not one single place right now that you can bring, in my opinion, someone who knows nothing of this space that just fucking loves art. You cannot bring them into this space right now. They run because, oh, let me show you this platform, but then you got to bridge to this platform, but then you got to go to that platform. What? They don't need to know about that. I can build a UI that they don't even know if they're on freaking crypto. It's not that complicated.
Don't forget about your digital wallets, your marketplaces, your fucking
They don't
block.
need to know about that shit. And that's exactly Creative's point. And when you hear, I mean, you did the Monday call, and like when him and I talked behind the scenes last week, and he got to learn more about me, what you all are learning now. Um, I feel like, the energy, the connection was there as well. And, of course, Jeroa talked me up too, because she's freaking Wonder Woman and a peach, and we love her. She really is, I feel like the heart of all of this too. I want to give her those flowers because she didn't have to give me the time of day. She could have told me to kick rocks. But she gave me an opportunity and is letting me, go under the wing and just learn the ropes and kind of see how they do stuff and no expectations. Really, that's it. And I appreciate that. That's very hard to find.
I'm gonna. I took such a liking. I didn't know if you were male, female, but I did take such a liking to your PFP. I'm gonna shimmy over to the computer right now. I want to bring up your art, and I want to talk about some of that, the slideshow, because you were one of the PFPs that I I will say this: all of you guys really have great PFPs, and I think having a great PFP is half the battle. It's it's got to be catchy. It's got to stand out. It's and now that I'm seeing all these PFPs jumping around on on WEBBIE Social, it's but your PFP, this little pink, little, is
Blue,
that
the blue plastic avatar. She is a blue plastic vibey
okay?
from
Okay.
Vibe Town and Good Vibes Club.
So that caught my attention. I was like, "What's this little guy?" Yeah, but I love the character. Is that part of a PFP collection? If I
Yeah,
heard you
it's called
correctly.
Good Vibes Club. Yep.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's the collection I was talking about previously that's backed by Toast TV. So Chris and Ty Gyout are the brothers that own the studio. And
Okay.
they've both of them respectively have been in the industry well over 20 years, having been in New York and worked doing graphics and stuff like that for 10 plus years before doing their own thing. They're all based in Puerto Rico. There's a couple of other ones too that are with them, but right now, just literally ask Rock about Good Vibes Club. There's my only challenge. Everybody watching, go ask Rock what's Good Vibes Club and just read for yourself.
Okay, Shills. We are on your WEBBIE social page, and then we are also going to bring up your WEBBIE uh, slideshow. Let's talk tech now. What do you like about WEBBIE?
I like the way they're building it first and foremost, and that they started it small MVP, right? Minimal viable product. That's what we call it in the product world. And sometimes I even hate to call things that, but really truly, putting it out there, seeing if they even got people interested, and then building, iterating, building, putting out the new features one by one, seeing if they're working before putting out a new one, and listening to the strategy, listening to creative, knowing that they're funded for I think 5 years with the initial funding, and that they are well established and where creative comes from in the backing. I mean, for me, it's a no brainer because I am very tech savvy. This platform literally is not on the front on the UI. Their UI UX is like it really is. And I mean, I do this stuff for a living. I have UX designers that work on things, and I cross pollinate and have to collaborate across a lot of groups to pull off crazy accomplishments sometimes. So to see that they're doing this with the small team that they are, and fundamentally have one of the most smoothest, easy to follow and understand experiences that exist in Web3, and you don't even fucking know you're in Web3 when you're using it, I can't see how it's not. And it going back to, and I'm name dropping only for the sheer fact that it matters to me, because I have a purpose for why I'm talking with these people for an exhibition, for a full open call that I would like to run with Chora and everyone's help for NFC Lisbon and some other stuff. So hopefully it'll come to fruition, because if so, it could be something really astronomically and cool and big. But again, nobody had to entertain that. Like, I'm a nobody when you really think about it. I might be established in my other life, but in this space, I started in the Solana trench warrior place like everybody else, right? I came in through meme coins. I wanted to learn. I hid behind a PFP and pretended to be a dude for the first 3 months so I could actually learn the ropes, so I could learn what not to do and all those kinds of things. Got my ass handed to me, just like everybody does. Lost some money, recollected myself, and was like, hey, you know what? That's not really why I'm here. I'm here for art. I'm sticking to that. And, just really immersified myself. And went after NFT NYC pretty hard with, submitting to talk and having art showcased and just working with them, and got invited to do the One Hub, the first ever One Hub boot camp that they did. Because Collect Cred is actually the company that, runs NFT NYC. And a lot of people don't know that. And they're a technology company based in Australia, I believe, if I remember correctly. So it was like, for me, all of these things are coming together from the established groups that are reputable, that really are the change makers, and then some of these newer groups, right? And WEBBIE, literally the biggest contender, coming in 7 months old and already profitable and already showing that their value is there. And I don't know, I could go on about this forever, and I sound like, a fangirl, because I might be a little bit. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, you said something interesting, right? And then I want to keep an eye on time, and so we got two more guests that we got to get to. But you said something that you very interesting. You said they were funded for 5 years, 4 years, 5 years now, which is something that caught my attention too, because that gives you 5 years to get off the ground. Owls on Monday night. He said, we're already, right now, this could be the last thing. We don't even have, right now, we're generating income.
Right.
So we don't, at this point, we could stop here and it'll be a profitable company.
Exactly.
Which is, but to
It's
think,
a unicorn. They're a unicorn.
Yeah,
Say
right.
That's unheard of. It does not happen with startups, especially in tech.
Yeah. Usually things just blow up and tank, or well, we lost the funding, or we mismanaged the funds, or
Right.
we didn't calculate correctly. But that doesn't seem to be the situation here, because they're taking a very bold stance on the fact that they're funded for 5 years.
Which
So
means they had a very solid foundation and
Yeah.
plan to get that level of funding for 5 years. That alone, I mean, because that just doesn't happen in this space.
Yeah. So we've been flicking through while we're talking and chatting, and I like the Shills project more And I like this blue guy. This blue guy's got me.
Yeah, and I'm a meme. I love generating memes and posters and just having fun and creating, content. Say hi, this is Lazy. Hi. And creating content. And I love doing art myself. I actually do smoke pieces by hand, layers. I use Canva, maybe Adobe. No prompting, no anything. It's truly by hand and positioning different, um, flavors of the smoke, and it might be a different style, whether it's fat and wide, or whether it's a skinny short flame, or it might be a skinny tall one, and it might be a little bit lighter gray, or a little darker gray, and really just blending all of those variations together. And those are all by hand. And then if I ever want to like have some fun, I'll take those and feed them into AI and then tell a story and say, hey, using my smoke art style, which I've now programmed my GPT to do, give me X. Like Now Media, I'm very in tune there. I'm a part of their members club, and I've been talking with Matt behind the scenes on stuff, and that like how their approach and how they've been handling stuff too is similar. So it's like all this stuff is, I mean it when I say there's like maybe 4 or 5 major conglomerates that are startups, but yet they've been around either a few years, or like WEBBIE just comes out of nowhere, the unicorn is successful already, and they're interested in each other. And when those things happen, and when you can help facilitate, which is what I do, network, I'm not saying that I'm going to make anything happen. These people got to do this shit on their own. I'm going to give ideas, visions. I'll go grovel for money to make shit happen. I don't care. I'll ask people for money all day long if it benefits other people. So I have no problem doing that.
You're like
I
the
know I could keep. I'm so sorry. I'm not taking any more time. But with my art, it's whatever has to speak to me. I don't make it every day. I'm not consistent, especially for the smoke pieces. But my photography has been one of my first loves my whole life. When I was younger in middle school, we got funding to actually put in a dark room, and I got to help oversee the whole thing. And when I was in 8th grade, and I just lost a lot of that as an adult due to some tragedy as a child when I lost my stepdad. My That side of me died with him, and it took until last year for me to really refine it. So that's another really beautiful story about my journey and where I came from.
Shills, you are like the operator of life connecting phone calls.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I shill it like I see it. That's actually what I say, because I'll shill anything. I'll shill mostly humans, right, to each other. It's a rare ability. Most people I know who have seen it happen, they tell me, I don't know anyone else who's capable of what you are. You'll have a conversation with someone once, and 2 days later have a conversation with someone else and be like, I was just talking to this person the other day. Let me hook you two up. So yeah, that's just what I love to do.
Okay. Well, I need you. I don't know how we got like this.
Oh, what happened? Oh, no.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
There I am.
All right,
Okay.
all right, all right. Okay. Shills, where can everyone find you, connect with you, um, network with you? What's the best place to find you, see more of your art? Yeah, go ahead. Give it to 'em.
Right now, definitely, you can either go to shills81.com, or you can go to my X account, which is shills_81. And that's SHILLS.
Are you, you were one of the people that had problems finding on IG. Are you over there or?
I am, but it's my personal IG. I don't have
Okay. Well,
I don't have a brand one set up yet. I will.
yeah, that makes sense then. And on top of it, I now understand why Shills
Did you
is
check my hat out?
official.
These are pins they gave us, the
Vibe.
Good Vibes Club. They gave us these at our very first Enrolla event at Super Rare NFT NYC, and this is one of the rainbows that
Excellent.
goes with one of my other Vibies.
Okay, Shills, give me 1 second to do this. Hang on. Okay, guys. So this is her X, Shills_81. You can find her on X. That will lead you to her WEBBIE social dashboard as well. And she also has a website, shills81.com, which you can go to, which I have on screen now, and connect.
X is the best place by far. It's where I'm connected to. I have profile on 6529.io as well, where the memes are at. So yeah, just go to my X page. It's where everything's linked.
Okay, you guys heard her. X is where you're going to be able to find her. I'm going to bring up your WEBBIE social one more time. And okay, so this is her WEBBIE social. Excellent. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it. I'm going to open up the screens back to normal. And before we say goodbye, I am going to ask you for some words of inspiration. Just give me a second to set this up. Okay. I need to make a battery change. Good.
Oh no!
Nah, it's cool. Usually at the 2 hour 10 mark, the camera exhausts. So, but we'll be all right in about 10 seconds from now. But while I do that battery change, Shills, do me a favor. Leave us with some inspirational words.
Before you decide to go out and ask for something from someone, I don't care what it is, I want you to take this challenge and stop first and think about this person that you're about to ask something from and consider what they will benefit from what you're asking. And what I mean by that is, let's say that I need a new tire for my car and I need to go ask someone to help me fund that. Well, before I go ask them for money, maybe they needed someone to start giving them rides somewhere, or maybe, hey, guess what? Did you know I can take you on a fun little weekend trip or whatever? My point is, before you go to them and ask for something, consider what they're going to get out of giving you that first. Because if you go to them with a proposition of, if you do this, you get this, you're going to get a yes a heck of a lot more than you're going to get a no.
Okay.
And that's called What's in it for We. It is on my website. It is on my X page. Turn me into we. Bye.
Shills, before you say goodbye, I want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I appreciate you jumping on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I'm upset I didn't get a chance to bump into you in NYC, which is odd, because I like to network myself. But I have a feeling
We'll meet next time, I promise.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a feeling we will bump into each other
I
sooner
think
or
we
later.
will. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Shills. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that's Shills. You can find her on X at Shills_81. That's SHILLS_81 on X. Okay. Our next guest, and I know we're running a little late, but I wanted to give all these guys a nice chunk of time because they all saying great things. And sometimes if the vibe is right, I don't mind going a little bit longer with all these guys. Next up, Dave. We have Dave, and Dave is no stranger to HOP either. So a return guest who has been here before. Let's bring Dave up. Okay. Dave, I'm not going to say it's been a long time, but welcome back, Dave. How you been?
I've been good. I've been good. Thank you for having me again as well. And I'm excited to support WEBBIE tonight as well. It's I've known Creative Hours for almost as long as I've been in this space, and witnessing the growth of the platform's been quite the pleasure. So yeah, very excited to be here, very excited to support, and excited to talk about what we've got going on as well. How are you, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a WEBBIE week. It was a thought about 3 months ago. It took a long time to evolve, but we're here, and we're halfway, if not a little bit more than halfway through it. It's kind of, I couldn't be happier. So, right now I'm just sitting over here enjoying listening to you guys, trying to speak as less as possible, less about me, more about you. So, Dave, do me a favor. Introduce yourself again, and let everybody know a little bit about you, and talk about a little bit about your art and everything that you got going on. I also think you got something going on with. Yeah, I'll let you talk about it. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, I've been in the crypto NFT space since July 2021, so just hit that like full cycle mark, which is kind of exciting seeing it begin to play out again. And I noticed a gap in the market in terms of small creators being supported or having platforms of any kind. And we pushed our Twitter Spaces. It's been running for very nearly 4 years. We pushed Polygon Alliance and a couple of other sort of supportive communities to try and help artists. I had to take full-time work back on, so I don't quite have the time and energy to be able to push that as much as I used to. So that was kind of my introduction into this space. I've been involved in a few different things in different projects. I tend to sit just behind the front and like throw some inputs in and kind of share my opinion a little bit more than getting directly involved and plant some seeds that could be useful. And there's a couple of them that have shown through on WEBBIE. So like everyone else has said, creative listens, and it's that what he's offers artists the opportunity and the platform that has always been kind of part of my vision within this space. I'm very happy to support that. In terms of my creativity, I write a little bit of poetry occasionally, but I've got to feel it. So I've got to be in the right mood. It's got to be in the right frame of mind. And I share photography. I call myself an amateur photographer. People seem to like it. Just even calling myself a photographer makes me feel a little bit funny. I just take pictures of, sort of landscape scenery that I like and share it. But other people seem to like it, which is nice. I've got a podcast called Voice Notes Suck, which is also on WEBBIE, and the platform, the opportunities the platform offers for a brand as well as for an individual artist are exciting to explore. And I'm involved in a couple of other things. I'm helping Jay Stansfield build out the Squibbles, a children's brand, and we've got a pilot episode of a TV show out. I'm involved in a DeFi protocol called Axion, which is looking to be effectively regulated in Utah and offer people that way to step over with finance from traditional finance and into regulated crypto finance. So being part of these things is massively exciting, but it eats time from that front end supportive line. And the final thing, I guess, that I'm involved in, well, big thing that I'm involved in at the moment is the annual F Cancer charitable drive that we do. The first 3 years we've raised $12,500, well, over $12,500, and we were going to take a sabbatical this year. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort doing what we were doing, and we posted this and said there's not going to be an event this year, and Creative reached out and WEBBIE stepped in and provided a platform to enable us to host an event. So that's essentially, why I'm here tonight, really, is to talk a little bit about that, make sure my podcast gets a mention, which people can find on YouTube and Spotify. And celebrate the charitable open call on WEBBIE and exploring that with WEBBIE together to see what can be produced. Because I think most open calls tend to be with a sort of maybe different aim in mind, and not that that's a bad thing. It's just aimed at exposure, visibility, and promotion, whereas this is very much directed at supporting a charitable cause.
Dave, I swear, you guys are so good today. You didn't even need me. What now? I know you hear about it's just there was a lot going on when we were trying to organize shows for the week, and you guys were supposed to be on Friday, scheduling conflicts, and so we said we're going to talk about it on today's show. And I know you want to direct very specific attention to this project that you have going on, but also it seems to be something that is very near and dear to you. You being also a community leader, and you understand how communities work. But you decided to run with WEBBIE to focus on this a project event, F Cancer. You decided to host it there. And so, being such a young social media platform and not, it's just not established long term like others, You know, it just had to be some form of trust. You had to see something that you liked, especially you know, if this is one of your babies that you're focusing on. You want to make sure it happens and happens right. But you didn't seem to hesitate at all when you said we're going to host it here. So, you know, what gave you the green light?
I mean, I've known Creative Owls since October 2021. I've worked with him on almost every one of the showcase events that he's offered in terms of supporting and trying to uplift the event and get visibility and exposure for it and for the artists that have been involved. So from the very early days of him hosting a spaces, which we pushed and promoted from our spaces as well, I've been a supportive arm of Creative Owls, and he spoke to me in the setup of WEBBIE, excuse me, when it was in beta, or still in, but when in those very, very early days, sought feedback directly from me in terms of how to build the platform out. So I'm not saying I've had a massive influence. I'm saying I've been part of the process and been trusted to be included in the process from the beginning. And I've got a lot of trust in Creative Hours and what he's been doing. So it was only natural when he offered the solution to support him, to be able to, you know, use this platform to explore the charitable functionality of what he's offering and how we can make sure that that's a strength as we move forward, so other people can come in and host their charitable events using WEBBIE, whether it's an open call or whether it's something else. So the opportunity to sort of push and explore this is almost as exciting as the ability to know that this is someone I can trust, and this isn't a platform that's going to be disappeared in 3 or 6 months with very little communication or changed entirely, as has been the case with some other platforms.
Dave, you know, I know that you want to talk about what you have coming together, and I don't even, you know, I don't want to waste too much time here because I want to get the slideshow going and I want to focus on what you're putting together and how WEBBIE is assisting you make this happen. So you think we should get cooking on that?
Yeah, I think we should go through it quite quickly. And what I'd love to do, Mark, is arrange another one closer to the time of the open call ending, because it's running until October the 15th. So we can kind of run through it quickly now. I know we've got another speaker and we're over time, and show some of the images, and then yeah, we can get Mary Beth on.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to start shifting stuff around. And while I do that, I would love for you to maybe touch on while I bring up your pages and everything. How is WEBBIE assisting, and talk a little bit about the project and how WEBBIE's assisting it.
Yeah. So I lost my mum to secondary breast cancer in March 2022, and this event was supposed to have been hosted by someone who joined our community, but it overwhelmed them. Hosting a charitable event was just too much for them and they couldn't take it on. So as a community enterprise, we decided that we'd take it on so that we weren't letting down F Cancer, or Let's F Cancer, the charity, which are based in Canada. Excuse me. And that event was hosted about 3 months after Mum passed away, and was very instrumental in me understanding my grief, dealing with some of that, and you know, feeling worthwhile, because when you go through a huge amount of grief, it can be overwhelming in a lot of different ways, and it's a measure of the love you had for someone. And you know, if you've got a good relationship with your mum, you clearly love her very, very dearly. So that was the start of the event, and it progressed from there. We hosted it again in 2022 and again last year in 2023. We've done lots of different things in the past. We've had metaverse environments, we've done auctions, we've had PFP collections, sponsors, different events to support this. And as I said, this year the work that goes into that, it wasn't possible with me and the people who are supporting me. and the time that we've got available this year. So, like I said, we were going to postpone this event. We were going to push it to next year. And when Creative Hours saw that post, he reached out and gave us the opportunity to host it on WEBBIE and to explore hosting it in an evolved way where it wasn't going to take so much time and effort. And that's where we've landed. So we are exploring some other things in the background on what we can do to support this event. There will be spaces. We will support artists and encourage artists that have entered the open call to come through and talk about what's inspired them to submit their art. But this year, there's no obligation on any of the artwork. The artwork is the artists. They can choose to do what they want with it. They can mint it if they would like, and they can mint it into any of their individual collections. And if they choose to make a donation, we are very receptive to that, of course. But again, like I said, no obligation whatsoever. We want to give people an opportunity to support and to express. One of the things that's been really key hosting these events is the opportunity for people to express and to manage and to deal with some of the hurt and pain that this illness causes. And that human impact's been, massive for me and for the people that have hosted these different events with me over the years. So we really want to give people an opportunity to explore that as much as possible. And that's the reason for the open call on WEBBIE Social. Chira's been incredible in helping us set this up, and I know we're looking at other ways to promote it and push it as we get closer and closer to the event. The winners of the open call will be celebrated and highlighted on WEBBIE for a period of time, and I think they're going to be at least one live event, so exhibited in at least one live location, potentially more, depending what we can sort out at the time. And Creative and Chira are working very hard on that. So that's kind of the overview, and we've had some entrants already, and I can direct you how to find that on WEBBIE, so we can see the artwork that's been entered into the open call already, Mark. But yeah, that's the overview, that's the upshot of it. And yeah, any funds we raise this year, it all gets donated to F Cancer via better.giving, which is a blockchain-based donation system. We set F Cancer up with it last year. So everything's transparent, everything's on chain, and you can see all of the donations from the wallet we've got attached to Polygon Alliance and F Cancer. I think that's the overview. There's more detail. There's always more detail. There's always devil in it, but I think that's everything we need to know for now.
I'm just we got 5 different slideshows here rolling, and
Pick your favorite.
I'm just I'm letting them roll while you speak. Question. How do the WEBBIE features assist you in, strengthening and getting this project out there?
So I think the most beneficial part of this is the ability for people to enter the open call really, really simply, and for us to do everything in platform with that open call. And then the second biggest feature is the ability to donate via the goal system. So that goes straight into the Polygon Alliance wallet, and then that will be donated directly to F Cancer when we shut the event down at some point in November. So like they're the key things. And then the open call navigation. So on WEBBIE, you can select, let me just go and make sure I'm saying the right thing here, one moment. On WEBBIE, on the main page, if you're on the home page, you can click the filter button and select open calls, and then you can pick the open call that's relevant to what you want to see, F Cancer being ours, and then you've got all of the artwork in one place that we can see. We'll be adding that artwork into more slideshows as it fills up so that we can celebrate and push that as well. So all of these tools keep it easy to manage in one place and hopefully enable us to enhance the journey a little bit for the artists that are involved, and also take away from the workload and effort that we've put into this event in the past. Like I say, hosting auctions, having metaverse events, live spaces, dealing with generative collections that involve multiple artists, like all of these things take a huge amount of time, and WEBBIE's enabled us to host an event that we didn't have the time to host because of the features that it enables.
I remember signing up for WEBBIE, But I don't normally jump on something unless somebody sits me down in front of it, or it's making me money, or there's a reason for it, or I start to hear the hype behind it. I kind of like to let things build, right? So when Owls, we sat down for an hour before Monday night's show. He was showing me around, how WEBBIE works. And that was my first time. He's like, we got to set up this page. We got to get your page set up. And so I didn't even set up my page yet. I just was active and locked my page. So it's, within minutes, I had the page going. He was showing me how it posts. So not that much familiarity with WEBBIE. And within 2 seconds, I was able to navigate from your page to the home page, just the way you said it, home page, and then work through the filters, and boom, here I am, with F cancer, submissions, or choices, or parts that are already part of the F cancer project. How easy is this navigation system?
It's so incredibly easy, and again, creatives worked very hard with his community to make sure that that's the case. He's been very, very receptive to the feedback. He asks for feedback regularly, as well as giving people the opportunity to do it via forms on WEBBIE. He's reached out to people directly in the past, so by listening to what his audience wants, he's able to provide the audience with what he's asking for in a way that doesn't only work for them, but works for the platform as well.
Very simple, which is, you rarely see that in Web3. Let me tell you. It's more complications than you ever seen just trying to connect wallets and things of that nature. Shills had mentioned something interesting. She said, you're in Web3, you don't even know you're in Web3.
That's it. That's how you get there. And it doesn't, just quickly, I'm going to jump in
Yeah,
there, Mark.
yeah,
This
yeah.
doesn't matter whether you're an artist, whether you're a brand, whether you're a project, whether you're a token to a point. If you can get people to use your whatever without realizing that it's hard work, doesn't it? 1-2 clicks, they get what they want, they're told where they go, you signpost the person that's using what you're doing. And WEBBIE allows artists to do this, and that's what's really important. That signposting to potential users, purchasers, community members is so goddamn important. And because we're all so excited about the tech and what we're doing, we get lost. We don't feel like it's complex a lot of the time, and we get lost in that. So always ask people, always ask new people, always ask people that might not even be interested in what you're doing, to tell you how it looks and how it feels and if it makes sense, because that would enable you to get more people into what you're doing.
Dave, how does someone submit?
They go through the open call process on WEBBIE. So when you upload a new post, first of all, you need a WEBBIE account. People listening that don't have one should go and get one, and then they should, hopefully submit some art to the F Cancer open call. When you create a new post, you select open calls, and then you select the hashtag that is relevant to the open call, or the open call out of a drop down list. So it's really, really simple. Again, it's very much like that navigation, that menu navigation, but within a new post.
Okay, I am in open calls right now, and I'm scrolling down. What am I looking for? I'm looking for. Where are you? Oh, there we go. Okay, just that simple. Open calls. F Cancer.
So they you won't be able to enter that way, but it's a very similar process. You create a new post on your account, and then you've got the option for those two drop downs.
Oh,
exactly
got you.
Now.
Got you. Okay, thank you. Okay. So what I would do is I would go to my home. I would go to my profile. I would make a post right here what artwork I would want to enter, and then I can
Yeah.
enter it from here. Correct?
Exactly that.
Okay.
Exactly that. And also the other open calls as well. You know, not just the F cancer one. There's other open calls there, and that's how you'd enter any of them.
Right on the open calls tab here, guys. You could see all the open calls up here. Yeah, how easy to navigate. Quick, very clear cut. Dave, before we say goodbye, did we cover everything, Dave, that you wanted to talk about?
I think so. I think so. I know we're running over time, so we definitely went into enough detail, I feel.
Okay. I just want to make sure we got everything with you. Okay. Dave, how could you want to let everybody know how they can find you? See, what's the best way to find you, Dave?
So the best way to find me is on my X account, DAVC or capital DAVC_S. It's someone misspelled my name on a computer game in the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's stuck. So that's the reason for my tag. Best place to find me is there, and genuinely the best thing to do is to tag me in a post. Like, my DMs are a mess. So if I'm not getting back to you, just tag me in a post. I won't feel affronted at all. And the Polygon Alliance account will be sharing the artwork that's going into F Cancer, and the Polygon Alliance visibility will just be on WEBBIE and X at the moment.
I have the post up now off your X page, and then I also have your X page up. So, guys, you could contact Dave through X. This is where he hangs out. Also, check out his WEBBIE page. I had that up as well. Right, yeah, okay. Also, here is the call if you want to enter. And if you want to enter, it's just a matter of getting over to WEBBIE, getting on there, and signing up. This is Dave's page on WEBBIE. And we showed you how to find the submissions, and Dave told you how to all you got to do is create a page. If you want, you go back and check out the show on Monday night with Owls, who gave us a really good tour of the entire site and how to sign up and how to get on there. And you heard it here. This is how you submit, right through here. Okay. Dave, I'm going to switch back the cameras now so we could get to our last guest. And while I do that, let me get everything set up. Okay, perfect, awesome. Dave, before we say goodbye, some words of inspiration, man. Call to action.
Words of inspiration.
Call to action, maybe for F Cancer.
Some words of inspiration from my mum. That's the way this one goes down. You know, the inspiration for F Cancer, the reason that I want to keep supporting and pushing this. Two things that stick with me all the time is the big dreams start with little steps, and anyone's capable of taking little steps, and just keep making those little steps. You will get somewhere, and getting to that somewhere will be good for you. And the other thing is you can't change the world, but you can change your corner. You know, essentially be the example you want to see, inspire people to be like you by pushing those values that you want to see in the world. And if you can do those two things, it will help you get to where you want to be and to put what you want to put out in the world.
Dave, it's been a pleasure seeing you again, having you on the show. Things get so crazy. You don't always get to say hello to all the people that you meet all the time, and you were definitely one of my favorites. And I'm glad that you found the time and made the time to get on the show and talk about the project. We could hit me in DMs and we'll figure out something down the line when things come closer. I would love to do another community show with you. It's been a pleasure, man. It's good to see you again, and thank you, man.
And thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll say goodbye in a bit.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit, Dave. Okay, guys. So that is Dave. with the project F Cancer. If you want to find Dave, you can find him on X at DAVE_S. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hang on. That was the mistake. DAVC_S. Okay. So let me get that right. So you can find him over on X also. And don't, get a chance, you want to submit to, F Cancer, get over on WEBBIE, sign up, and make a submission. Also, you could get on YouTube if you want to learn more about Dave and his community as well. Polygon Alliance. The Polygon Alliance show is over on YouTube. And you can check out Dave and his community, as well as his feature on HOP with Polygon Alliance, which was part of Linked by Art. So, okay. Our last and final guest, I hope we gave her enough time to get situated, because I know she was having some time, but let's bring up Mary Beth.
Hello, I'm here.
All right, give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, Mary Beth, and double screen. Okay, Mary Beth, welcome to HOP. It's nice to meet you. Did I buy you enough time?
You bought me plenty of time. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I didn't. I thought if I let these guys seem to be in a flow, so I didn't want to rush nobody. I wanted to give everybody time, and I was thinking in the back of my head, if I give you enough time, you'll get yourself situated and won't be in a car.
It was perfect because it was great to listen to everybody, actually. So I learned a lot. It was perfect.
Mary Beth, less about the complications, more about you. Why don't you say hello to everybody, introduce yourself, and talk a little bit about your art. And yeah, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Mary Beth. I am I'm in this field actually by accident. I am not a traditional artist. I was a yoga studio owner for 8 years. It was my dream. It was my love. Thanks to COVID, I shut down. I was forced back into corporate America, and then I was laid off with many others. And the rumor was that it was we were being replaced by automation. So it was one of those moments where you either crumble or you figure it out. And as a single mom with 2 kids, you don't have the luxury of really crumbling. So instead of fighting it, I just dove right into AI. A lot of hours, waking up early, staying up late. I taught myself everything that I could. A lot of curiosity, and it became a passion, and now it became a business. So 2.5 years later, that's where I am. Yeah, so that's my story. Started my own business because it was really hard to find a job. As many of you know, I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's people not getting resumes, but so I just started my own gig, and here I am.
Okay. Yoga with robots pretty soon.
Yeah, right? Oh, they're real stiff.
Hey, don't forget your oil. Okay, so question, which everybody kind of ended up here, and so now I'm curious, Mary Beth. So everybody seems to be associated with WEBBIE artists. How'd you end up on the WEBBIE show?
So interesting. I'll get into it quick, but a friend from LinkedIn in the space introduced me to Van. I was not on X at all. I was just on X for years, mostly because of my son's sports. I was out in Arizona. I had won an open call. I went out there and I met all these great artists, and they're like, "Oh, so what's your X handle?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like all the AI creators are on LinkedIn? Like, everyone's there." They're like, "No, we're all here." So anyway, long story short, I was introduced to Van. She introduced me to WEBBIE. Then next thing you know, I'm speaking at Women in Tech, and here I am. So stories, it just kind of happens. I love it. I think it's great. I am in love with the slideshow feature, and that's how I'm here. So.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how'd you stumble into the NFT world?
Well, I am not really. I'm going to be the first person to admit I am still learning. I did win an open call, and I was featured in New York. Um, it was my first one. I had a lot of help from One Love to do that, so I am in the still learning. So, that's on my list. So it was due to an open call win. Yeah.
What about your art? I mean, it sounds like you switched gears. You want to talk a little bit about maybe the creation of your art? And sounds like quite possibly we might have another artist prompter. I mean, so many different choices, right? But it seems like you gravitated towards one that really interested you, rather than maybe picking up a brush or other, and who knows, you might have some art in your background when you were younger, but maybe you want to talk a little bit about your art.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, to be an artist, you don't have to draw. But my art, it's a mix really of emotional, weird. I'm very creative. I have a very creative mind, but I can't draw a stick figure. So what I love so much about AI is that everything that I do have in my brain, I can bring it to life. And it's so amazing, right? So some pieces are beautiful, some are straight up bizarre, some are funny, some are sarcastic. I live down by the beach, so I did start a lot of my images when I got into this, were by the beach. A lot of surfers, beach vibes, the ocean. I love using humor, fashion. I do have a lot of fashion, a lot of confusing, like props, to make people laugh and to make them stop and be like, what is that? Like, that's so weird, you know? Um, but I like to create things that are just different, that explore resilience and belonging, right? And how technology can shape us.
I feel like we're not doing you justice unless we have your art playing next to you as you describe it. Um, I'm gonna. I feel like we got to skip over here and bring it up because even I'm kind of curious about what you have got going on. And also it sounds like there's a lot of people that. What's the best way to say it? A lot of people who have been here, and where you are just kind of, getting in. But hey, what's your ex, right? That says it all. What your experience coming into this world? Let me tell you, in the beginning, in 2020, 2021, was like mind blowing. You walk in, no, you no idea what a rug is. No idea. Marketplaces, coins. Where are you going to put your art? Blockchain, Polygon. I mean, it's learning so much. Now it's kind of gotten a little organized, right?
Mhm.
But even for someone new coming in for the first time, and getting hit with all of this, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's great to experiment with everything. Um, I think everybody should dip into it, for sure. My, you know, I think nobody should tell you that you shouldn't try something, right? We're all here to learn. That's why we have a brain. Like, we're not here to just do one thing. We're here to continue to learn and try and grow. Um, just because there are people who, people can't hold, there are people that have a physical disability that can't hold a pencil or a paintbrush. And the fact this is allowing you to have the ability to create, and it's a gift. So we can't let the fear or the labels stop us. So we just have to explore everything. And I think that's the beauty of it.
You have some very nice AI work. I have your page up next to you right now.
Are
And
you on my ex, or I don't know?
no, I'm on your WEBBIE page right now.
Okay.
And you are an excellent person to talk to about this. If you weren't around in 2021, then you did not experience the joys of connecting wallets and minting, and it was mind blowing back then, and not easy. You had to jump in spaces, listen for hours, try to figure out what all the lingo was about. But here it seems like I'm curious about your experience on WEBBIE, being fresh and new, and then coming into WEBBIE. Did you find it to be difficult? I mean, what are your thoughts on joining the platform for the first time?
No, I love it. I find it very easy to use. I hate saying the word customer service, but there's so much care here. It's everyone is really a pleasure to work with. I've had response time is amazing. It's visually appealing. It's super easy to navigate. Everything's in one place. I love that. As I mentioned, I'm obsessed with the slideshow. If you take a look at, I'm so obsessed with it. I actually blogged about it. It's on my website. When it first came out, like that day, I was like, this is awesome, because a lot of my images that I make are about storytelling. So if you look at my Instagram, I actually post, we're not supposed to do this, and it was mentioned before, I actually post 3 images at the same time on my Instagram. So everything's cohesive and it does tell a story, but it doesn't get pushed out because I do that. So with this slideshow feature, it allows me to tell my story. And I have so many more to upload. I'm quite behind, but I have a lot going on. So that is amazing for me. And I tell my stories through my images, and the slideshow is a perfect place for me to do that.
When you say post 3, you mean you to create a whole row when right?
Correct. So if somebody goes straight to my page, everything, you could see the story, and everything looks cohesive and it's attractive looking, and it's just a nice way to showcase my portfolio as well. Back in the day, in 2000, I've been on it since 2011. You were allowed to do that.
Back when it was fun.
Back when it was fun, and
right,
they didn't have any of this algorithm crap.
I says MySpace. There was a time when MySpace was fun. There was a time when Facebook fan pages was fun. There was a time when Instagram was fun, and I feel like they get to a certain point, they take that fun away. And
they
then
do.
yeah, and then they want to chokehold you for I feel like they addict you. They get you addicted to the traffic, and then they want to take the traffic away, and they want to ring your wallet for money to get that traffic back, or you have to push and really get active. I feel like out of all the social media platforms, TikTok is right now is the only one that really opens up the algorithm and gets you out there, but also dependent upon how the crowd likes it, and how they respond to it. So, having said that, you must love WEBBIE's, everyone gets to see it, huh?
I do. Like I said, I need to focus more on WEBBIE, but it really is. It's easy to use. It's easy to navigate. And I feel like, I don't know exactly, but I feel like everyone could see it instantly. Like I'll upload something, then all of a sudden I have like 8 likes. Not like that's a ton. It's better than what I've been getting, even on X. But it's great. It's like instant. So I like that as well. I just feel like more people are seeing it. So yeah, I think it's great. I love that I could link my YouTubes right here, my events. Like I have something huge coming soon, clearly, and I could post that. I'm going to be doing a really big open call soon, so I love the fact that I'm going to be able to do that right here. So yeah, I love it. It's a lot that I could do.
And we talked about it a couple times on the show, but on X, you post links to somewhere else. Nobody sees it. Instagram, I think I have 9,000 or 8,500. Like I don't even know what the number is, because I don't even use Instagram at all. I go on there to take advantage of what I've built up. But Yeah, no likes. No matter what I post, no, it says 5, 6 likes. I did notice I shared a link on WEBBIE, and there was already 5, 6 likes on the post. It makes you feel good to know, and I also think it's inspirational and motivating when you know people are seeing it. A little different without the comments, such as over on IG. You have any thoughts about that?
I'm fine with no comments, to be honest. I feel like people are commenting for the wrong reasons on Instagram. They're commenting just to be seen. They're not commenting, it's not coming from their heart. They're commenting because they want that person to follow them back, or their person to like their stuff. It's a game. And you know, I'm too old to play games. I just want, I just really want my art to be seen. I like what I like. I'm not going to like someone else's art if I truly don't like it. And I think this is perfect. So I'm not going to sit there and waste time commenting just to get a like or a follower.
They got you jumping around, programmed. It's not really. I believe the message you're trying to translate, which is very clear, but for me, it's I hear something different, which is they are using you. You. I feel like your who you are gets altered based on the way the platform reacts to your movement on it, right? And so you're not really being you when you're posting. You're playing the game of getting views and people to your profile, and that changes who you are. It changes the way you would post. It changes everything the way you do naturally. So when you know your audience is there and they do see it, you behave a lot differently because you're not worried about, oh shit. How many times do we hear on X? You want to build your fan base, go post underneath the most active pages. I have enough problems answering people. So, to spend a half a day going around posting on other people, I could give a shit what they're, I don't care. And I don't even care to post on it, but to build your fan base, you got to most popular posts. Like that's not for me. And
like there's no authenticity anymore, and
right.
transparency. So I think that this is that, and I think that would be great because I'm all about being authentic and being transparent. So I think that WEBBIE's perfect for that.
Very well said, Maribeth. Maribeth, can I ask you to let everybody know what's the best way to find you if people want to reach out more, see more of your art, follow you more, or contact you? Where are you most active? Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm active, I would say LinkedIn, to be honest. But you can contact me anywhere because I'm always jumping everywhere. I mean, you can message me on X, you can message me on LinkedIn, you can email me, Instagram, really anywhere. So you can contact me wherever you are, you can find me.
Okay. I'm going to bring up your X right now. How do they find you on LinkedIn?
Just search my name and you'll see my profile picture is the same that it is on X.
Okay.
And that's really me. I don't have that.
Let's hang on real quick because I want to do this. Let's bring up your LinkedIn. Since that seemed to be a big. Okay.
That's probably my biggest AI following is on LinkedIn, actually. That's where it started. So
let's find you. I'm not the most familiar with LinkedIn, but I'm going to find you. How do you search?
At the top.
I'm not. Wait, top. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Beth, follow. Okay. I got you. Okay. And then Instagram. You want me to show your Instagram too, or?
Yeah, either whatever you want. You could pull up my Instagram.
Well, I want to direct them to where they're gonna contact you, and you're gonna get it immediately. So, would you say Instagram is one of those places?
Yeah, you could do Instagram. That's Dream Canvas Explorer. So it's dream_canvas_explore.
Okay, hang on. Dream.
_canvas_explore.
Ah, what did I tag? Who did I tag?
You tagged my personal account.
Ah, okay.
'Cause I have two. I have a personal account and my AI account.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, give me 1 second, Mary Beth. Hang
Yeah,
on.
sure.
All right, guys. So this is her ex right here, which you can contact her on X. She says she's very active on X. This is her LinkedIn as well. Very active on LinkedIn. Very easily to get in touch with her on LinkedIn also. And then, of course, this is her Instagram. And very easily reachable on the gram too. So 3 different ways you could reach out. You could see more of her art, more of her AI art. Okay. And then, of course, let's not forget to bring up your WEBBIE social to end. Okay, and this is her WEBBIE social. So you can find her all 3 places, all 4 places, 4 places. Okay. Mary Beth, I'm going to set back the screens. And while I do that, I would love for you to leave us with some inspirational words for all other artists out there, maybe other artists. Well, who knows? What that used to be yoga studio owners that have to make a switch, or you never know. Yeah, why don't you leave us with some inspirational words? Because it seems that you found a new calling in life.
Yeah, I did. Just really don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Keep going, keep learning. Life's about learning. Do everything, keep exploring, and don't let the fear of or labels stop you.
Okay. Mary Beth, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. We weren't, everybody wasn't sure if you were with the time slots, and I had told Chiroa, I was like, listen, I could let them talk, a couple minutes more. I said we could push past 2. I said I could probably push it a little even further than that. I was like, I could buy her some time. And then yesterday you were like, I'll be doing it in the car. And I'm like, I'll just pull over on the side of the road. I'm like, I think I could easily find you some time. And we had such good guest artists. Everybody did such a great job. Really good. Just puts a little couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. And I'm glad to see that you got home and situated calm, so you're not on the side of the highway. Makes for a much better interview, if you ask me. But I want to say thank you for taking your time, sharing your knowledge, sharing your thoughts about WEBBIE, introducing yourself and talking about your art, and introducing us to you. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, guys. So that is our 6 guest artists right now. And if I'm just going to say it one more time, I'm going to give her one more pop. All right. If you want to find Mary Beth, X on X, it's at MB Wishes. That's MBWISHES. Okay. That is our 6 artists, guys. So before we're going to close out the show now, we're going to bring Chiroa back. We're going to speak briefly with Chiroa. We're going to bring up her WEBBIE profile, but let's bring her back on, and let's have her close out for us. All right.
This has been totally awesome hearing what everyone had to say. Oh my God. Everybody just blew me away. Wow. Because none of this is rehearsed, right? So everybody is just like off the cuff. What are they going to say? We have no idea. But they come in here and it's like the feels are strong. It's so good. It was so good. Everyone did so amazing.
It was also nice the way everybody integrated WEBBIE and got to talk a little bit about their art. Got to talk about how WEBBIE had an influence on them and what they like about it. The slideshows were awesome. That was a surprise. That was the first time for me to see it. It was nice to just hear everybody's opinion. I don't think you could ask for a better show, Chiroa. What do you think?
I thought it was phenomenal. And I actually want to dive in a little bit on what Mary Beth said about the authenticity. And I think she really nailed it there because, yes, we don't necessarily have a lot of followers. I know Chet was talking earlier about how he doesn't really have so many followers yet. But you know what? The followers you have are authentic because there is no such thing on WEBBIE of like, oh, I'm going to build my following just by following other people. Like it's not really what this platform is built around. So the people that are following you are there because they want to be there. They're truly following you because they have an interest in what you're doing. And I think that's refreshing. And I'm glad she brought that up.
Chiroa, should we bring up your page and bring up the platform real quick? I don't know if there's any other thoughts. I do know this. You have a show on Friday, which caps WEBBIE Week. So maybe you want to talk about that for a couple seconds?
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited to do that because it's really an opportunity for me to really tell the story about art therapy with mind soul meditations, where my beginnings are in this whole space. And I plan on sort of throwing in a few favorite pieces of artwork from some of my favorite artists over the past 2 seasons. So if anybody is paying attention right now, if you want to see your art, it might just be in there. So you need to come and watch to find out. But I want to share what the real philosophy is and the motivation about art therapy with mind soul meditations and why I think it's really important. So I'm really inviting everybody to come in, find out, and the episodes themselves will not be out for several months still. It takes time. I've got a lot on my plate to juggle. I need to do my own recording, but I want everybody to feel like there's stuff happening. So I invite everyone to come in, watch, listen, find out a little bit more about the project. And I want to encourage anyone to as well. Like I'm going to direct people back to season 1. There's a lot of amazing episodes there, amazing artists. So that I'm looking forward to that on Friday. So we'll get into that more then.
Chiroa, I don't do you what do you think about just showing them briefly the WEBBIE interface and the WEBBIE homepage and just so we could go through it. Well, they did see everybody's page. But I don't know if there's something specific that you want to talk about.
Taking a look here and see if there's anything I really want to bring attention to. We did make some changes with open calls, so I think everybody's going to really like the new interface because I noticed that Dave was bringing it in through the home page, but we actually added the new open calls page, which makes it a lot easier. And what's really cool about the new open calls page is that you can actually go back and find the old open calls in a lot easier way. That was one of the things we really wanted to see because when a call closes, everybody still wants to go back and look at it again and again and again. So we wanted to make sure that that interface was there. So that's something we actually just updated within the past week. So why don't we take a look at that?
Okay. Real quick, you have the ability to share your screen, right?
I can.
Yeah. Why don't you give you do it. Because you know what you're talking about and I don't. So it's better that you share the screen rather than me fumbling around over here.
All righty. Let me know when that's all good.
You are good.
So right here, what am I on? I'm on my profile page right here. So I actually have 2 profiles within, well, actually technically I have multiple because I'm also like WEBBIE open calls and a few other things too. But I have my personal, I also set up a community as well. So I'm in the process of actually transitioning a lot of my stuff over to my community page. So, but what I wanted to dive into was the open calls. So before what we were doing, and people may be familiar with having to go from the home page and then we went to filter and then we grabbed open call and then we would go through and we would narrow it down to which open call we wanted. we thought we'd make it easier. So we actually created a dedicated open calls page, which that's one of these things that I got on Creative's case about, saying, no, man, you got to give us a dedicated page. When an artist comes to our platform, they want to go and look for open calls. They just want to go straight to it and see what's happening and be able to look through the art. And so that's what we have now. So we've got all our open calls along the top. So instead of having to go into events to find them, which they're still there, you can go straight into open calls and you'll find everything that's happening along the top. And I mean, there's a lot happening. So there's a little bit of scrolling up there to see everything. Then we can see all the recent submissions that are here right now. They're just everything that's been submitted recently. So they all have different tags. But I can now use the filter and just go straight up to whatever open call that I want to see. So I'm going to grab, for example, I'm going to go to Infinite Realms, because Infinite Realms by One Love Dow was phenomenal. There was such an amazing volume of like incredible artwork that came through, and that's like totally to the credit of One Love Dow. They promoted this, they really reached their artists, they really drove a lot of people to come in to submit. And yeah, we've got some incredible art, and this is an opportunity. Like if you're looking to submit on a call, use the open call page, filter the open call, see what people have submitted, and you can scroll through and just like super like next level artworks that came through, and so many submissions. It was just really incredible. This open call is the one that really convinced me that we're able to reach that same level that people saw on sites like Hug and Join, where we had over 150 submissions in this open call, which we've been seeing them grow a little bit. Every time we run an open call, it gets more and more. But this was so phenomenal to see this volume of engagement with this open call. And I think it's only going to get better. We're going to see more and more that's coming. And we have like amazing partnerships that are coming. I heard a lot of people today talk about story building. So they need to keep their ears open to find out about the next open calls, because we've got a lot coming for story building. And we've got the poetry one that's coming up. We have some really phenomenal open calls that I think people are going to be excited about. Like, look at this. I'm still scrolling. There's so much art in here. Like, isn't this just incredible?
Wow.
So, yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? And we're still going. Oh, we finally reached the end, but it was just unbelievable. And what was really cool was the other day, you saw this when we were talking to Creative on Monday, is he took the artwork and just sort of like a work in progress as we were going along, he put it into the metaverse, because we do have our own metaverses. So he put it into one of the galleries and created a gallery for this event. And then he took that and did an AR exhibit just at random to show off the art, just to sort of like test it out and see how that looks. And oh, it looks so nice. And I'm really looking forward to doing some of those non-traditional sort of exhibits. Like I think people really get hyped about AR. Like AR is just really, it's cool, right? Like you walk out into a space and there's nothing there, and then you look through your phone and it's like, holy crap, look at all this amazing art. So I think that's going to be something that we might play around with in the future. But we have so many opportunities. Like and I think artists are really going to love that. You know, we're trying to engage. It's not just we're not just relying on our partners to create open calls. We're there doing it for you too. And we're bringing your art to the public in real life events. So I think we're a platform, I think, that people are going to feel that we care about what we're doing and we really want to engage with people. That's what got me here. So yeah, that was a mouthful. To you, Mark.
I'm here. I'm just your engineer running the show. I think between Monday's night owls who gave us a nice tour, through the site. I wasn't sure if you wanted to show anything as well, but if Chiro, a question. Do you think we covered everything that we wanted to show?
I think we did, and I think the individual artists really did a fantastic job, sort of like covering the reasons why you would want to choose WEBBIE. So there was one thing brought up. Chet had mentioned that we can only do 3 submissions. That's because we don't want to flood the algorithm. Because a lot of people will ask questions, but well, why can I only submit 3 posts per day on my free account? And that's to maintain that visibility.
Chiro, real quick, why don't you come back to us?
Oh, did you lose me?
No, you're here, but all we see is the WEBBIE screen. So why don't you, yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
So I think, yeah, so right now on a free account, you can do just the 3 posts per day. Most people, I think, they're posting their best work. It's not really been too big of a friction point for most people. But with WEBBIE Plus, you can do 10. Most WEBBIE Plus users, I'm not even sure that they're fully using up the 10, because 10 is quite a bit of posts for one day. And I personally, even though I can post 10, I actually am making a conscious decision not to post 10 at once. And that's because I have respect for the other artists who are posting. And if I throw up 10 artworks all at once, then people log on, all they see is my stuff. And I don't want to monopolize that algorithm that way because I respect the other artists, right? So I can put up a couple now, I can come back a few hours later, put up a couple more and space it out a little bit. Then I actually increase my visibility by taking my time and posting a little bit over a longer period of time. And then everybody else gets a chance to have their art there too. And I'm not having anybody feel like I'm dominating that algorithm, right? So, and I think that's happening with a lot of artists. Like you'll see sometimes 3 will go up at once, but you very rarely see anybody, even with WEBBIE Plus users, going in and dropping all 10 at once. And I think that's really cool because we've sort of have this community where we respect the fact that we want to see somebody else's art too, that we want to give them the same space that we want to have. So I think that's a different engagement style that we have in WEBBIE, which is more community driven. And I love that.
Okay. Chiroa, you want to let everybody know how they can find you?
Yeah, on WEBBIE, obviously.
Okay.
I've got all my socials linked there. But I am literally on everything. You'll find me on LinkedIn, either as Mindful Meditations or as Chiroa 1974. Or just plain Chiroa. But I'm on Farcaster, Blue Skies, Threads, Instagram. I got to look at my screen here to see what else I'm on. I'm on X. I'm on WEBBIE. Geez, you name it, you'll find me. It's always the same image that I use too. So my avatar, my PFP is the same across the board. So you'll know it's me.
Okay. And we'll make sure they know it's you on Friday as well. Chiroa, before we say goodbye to you guys, maybe you could leave us with some final thoughts, inspiration, thoughts about all the artists that were on the show, whatever comes to mind.
I am absolutely inspired by everybody that came on, like just everybody's energy. I want to say a couple of things. We had people here who didn't really get to all of their selling points. For example, Mary Beth, she's starting an AI Academy and she totally forgot to mention that. So I want to give her a shout out for that. Chat, when he was showing you his physicals, he actually used his AI as inspiration to create physical art. He took a transition in the opposite direction from AI to physical and used some of his AI work as inspiration for his physicals. Those are things that to me are inspirational stories. These are things that I really want to be able to highlight across WEBBIE. And I want artists to sort of like really brag about themselves. That's what we're here for. You shouldn't be afraid to really put it all out there. I mean, especially not on a platform like WEBBIE where nobody's going to have anything negative to say because we're a no noise platform. Put it out there, take a chance, and just try to grow that brand and be fearless. I think that's a message that everybody has sort of put out there in their final messages. And I couldn't agree more with it. Like it's entirely what we want to do. We want to see from the beginning artists who's just trying out and it's just like a rough sketches and they haven't really found their place yet, to the most advanced fine art artists that we have out there. We're all in a journey, and be fearless and just do it.
Okay. Chiroa, I want to thank you for pulling together this show. It was a great show. I think if it wasn't for you bobbing into, like I said in the beginning of the show, if you didn't stop in into Linked by Art with me and Sketch and introduce yourself, I don't know if we would have got here. But so it's funny how 6 degrees of separation,
Yep.
you know, so, you know, here we are. Just an idea a few months ago, and now a whole WEBBIE week. 2 shows down, 1 show left to go, which is you. So I want to say thank you for everything. You guys have been great. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna close up the show. It'll take me 2 minutes. If you can, just drop me the link of the YouTube of the song in the DM.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna say goodbye to all you guys, whoever's had the ability to stay and whoever's left. You guys are gonna get to wave goodbye, and then and then we'll see you on Friday. But great show.
And I want to thank you, Mark, for allowing us this space and this. Sorry. It's really a pleasure. Like, I absolutely adore you. You know this. I can sit there and talk to you for hours and hours. But I am so grateful that we were able to come on this week and have this opportunity with you. So on behalf of everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for this platform.
You're welcome, Tro. It was my pleasure. I enjoy doing these shows, and you know, it's nice to be able to bring the artists' voices to mainstream when you know as well as I do. Artists hate shilling themselves. They hate talking about their art. I'm an artist, and I don't like it, you know. So it's nice to have the ability to bring some attention to something so good as such as WEBBIE, and also some attention to all these great artists that had nothing, everything, just wonderful things to say. And all you guys that keep showing up day in and day out, keep plugging away. You know, and when it blows, everybody's like, well, where'd they come from? And nobody realizes, you know, they've been at it for 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, you know, it just doesn't happen overnight. So, you know, it's my pleasure. And I appreciate all you guys being on time. I know we all spoke a little bit longer, but I didn't see the need to rush. So, you know, once we started falling into a rhythm, it was a nice show. A long show, but a very good show. So
It was a good show.
yeah, it was great. I had a good time, so thank you. I'm gonna close up and just run through the rest of the week. I'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll get everybody to say goodbye, and then we'll say goodnight. All right. Okay, guys. So that concludes our WEBBIE show, community show, with all the artists. You know what? Let me do this real quick. You can find Chiroa very easily at CHAROA 1974. And I believe her name transfers to all platforms. So sorry on IG. You know, I had a feeling that the show caps at 3 hours, or I should say the live caps you at 3 hours. I had a feeling about that. So I just restarted the stream so you guys could check it out. The ending. I do want to do shout outs. I don't know if I'm going to get everybody by memory, but I saw you guys there. So you guys just heard from Chiroa, who is the director of open calls and partnerships for WEBBIE. That was today's show. You also heard from all 6 featured artists, Dorothy, Ryan, Chet, Shills, Dave, and Mary Beth, as well as Owls on Monday night. So if you want to check out any of these shows, they are on X, they are on YouTube, and I think they might be on Twitch and Facebook probably for, I would say, a few weeks, and then they delete the lives. So I might start posting them over there again. I want to thank everybody who showed up on time, who spoke eloquently, and also created a phenomenal show. These guys put on a phenomenal show. I know how difficult it is for artists to talk about them and their art, and also as well as talking about all the highlights that WEBBIE has to offer. So if you're an artist out there and you're looking for a home, you should check out, a social that might be better suited for you, that will get you eyes on your art rather than having to fight the algorithm. Give WEBBIE a try, give it a chance, and see how it works for you. WEBBIE, a new way to web. All right. On that note, that's the end of the hour power, guys. Friday. So Hour Power, Spotlight Edition, end of WEBBIE week, a WEBBIE cap. We will get to learn more about Chiroa and who she is. We'll learn more about her podcast and her art. And we'll take a little 2-hour deep little look at her, since she was very unselfish and did this more for the artists and the community. I think she makes for an excellent guest and an in-depth spotlight for HOP on Friday. And what an excellent way to cap off WEBBIE week. So if you want, you go back Monday night, like I said, Creative Owls. This is the community show for WEBBIE with the 6 featured artists, and then Chiroa will end WEBBIE week on Friday. You guys see this little QR code floating around on the screen. If you do sign up for WEBBIE, I would appreciate it very much if you clicked on that QR code, and that way, at least I could say that I put my work in, I put my effort in. And that is what I know you guys aren't used to seeing a QR code on the screen, but I figured I'd leave it up through all 3 shows. So if anybody ever comes back and watches, you know what the QR code is for. On that note, Friday, 9 to 11, Chiroa will be our spotlight guest and cap off WEBBIE week. And 1 p.m., Spaces. Only one of the few spaces that I'm ever on and that I ever host. Sometimes I host. We never know who the hosts are going to be, but TGIF with my hosts Josh, Sketch, the whole cast and crew. Sometimes, we got Mongoose. You never know who's going to pop up on TGIF. Sun, Alina. It's never really about, TGIF is never really about, we don't chill. We don't, just a bunch of friends talking. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. On that note, let's go back to these guys. Let's say goodnight or goodbye. And let's get them all the wave goodbye, because they've been hanging on for the entire show. And that's our WEBBIE community show, guys. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. If I forget, if I didn't mention you on IG, I apologize. I had to close the window and I didn't get to see everybody on there. But I will try to remember. Let's see. Let's bring these guys back up so they can wave goodbye. I'm going to tell them all to come off screen. This is that moment where you guys can all come off mute. Whoever we got left. We got Ryan, Dave, and Chet left. Guys, now's that time to wave goodbye to everybody. And come off mic so they all can hear you.
Bye. I hope you guys have an awesome week creating.
Why are we frozen?
Thank you all for having me. It's been a pleasure as ever.
Thank you very much for letting me on the show. It's very cool to talk about art, and my experience with WEBBIE. Thank you.
All right, all right. Well, you're a little frozen, Cheryl. Say goodbye one more time.
Hey, just want to say goodbye to everyone, and just one more time, just keep creating, keep submitting your art, and can't wait to see what you're going to create next.
All right, all right. Okay, guys. Before we say goodbye to everybody, and we got this track, right? Where's this track? We got this track. Okay, I'm gonna do some shout outs. Hopefully, I can get everybody that was on X. We're gonna bring this up one last time. Oh, where'd you go? All right, guys. Very good. Open this up and bring this up. Let's bring this up. Okay. Before we start this track and we say goodbye to everybody, let's just do some quick shout outs all around the platforms. Let's see. We'll do a quick round. Twitch, you never disappoint in being quiet. YouTube, you either. Over on Facebook, Lana, thank you very much for stopping in. Appreciate you being part of the show. IG, see her everywhere. Blonde hair, Supernova, Scotty BX, Danny Bushwell, Marie. Good to see you guys. Thank you for stopping in. I also think Pega, JT. If you didn't find your way over to X after the after IG shut us off, Mariana. I remember you three guys. I knew you left comments, but I just, I missed out. IG just caps you at 3 hours, so I apologize for that. If I missed anybody, I apologize for that as well. However, let's scroll. Holy shit! Let's scroll over to X. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Ghost, Goalie, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Lord IP. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in, being part of the show. Axion Dow, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Chris, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Metal Forged in Fire. Josh, Prism, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Hang on, let me pick Pega. Okay, good to see you over here, Pega. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Let's see. Oh, Creative stopped in. Hey, Creative, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. What else? What else? Who else? We got everybody. Metal Rides. We got to set up a show, Metal Rides. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Who else? T. Muzels. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. Crypto Rabbits. Sven, how are you? Jessica. Good to see you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of the show. I think that covers everybody. So, on that note, guys, that is the end of our WEBBIE community show. And what a great one it was. If you really want to know about the platform, ask the users. The users tell no lies. And these guys seem to be very excited and very happy about being part of the show. On that note, we will see everybody on Friday for our Artist Spotlight with Chiroa. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see all you guys on the next show.
Yeah, woke up in the zone, vision feeling major, turn my phone on, tapped in the WEBBIE's paper. It's a new era, this the blueprint for creators, no middlemen, just fans and some real validators. I'm talking open call, steady bringing in the deals, got a DM from a brand saying we see how you feel. Analytics tight, WEBBIE, I got the stats, told me where to post, how to grow, where it's at. This ain't for the lazy, this for the ones who plan. I ain't just posting content, I'm building a brand. Got the plus upgrade, now I'm in another class. Verified badge gleaming, now they know I'm built to last. I got dreams on the chain, purpose on the dash. WEBBIE social on the wave, now I'm moving fast. If you stuck posting free, you ain't in the hall. I made the jump, got plus, now I'm taking open calls, yeah. No cap, I'm in the matrix with the data. Tips and crypto C, polygon and base paper, it's a whole new lane. I ain't following the path, WEBBIE social turned a hobby to a bag. Facts. used to wait for likes, now I wait for wired funds. From the block to blockchain, I'm creating for the ones who believed in the craft, didn't fold under pressure. WEBBIE got me living like a digital investor. WEBBIE AI, tell me what's really gon' move. Yo, this post need a hook, switch the tone, bring the groove. Engagement going up like I got a cheat code. Every reel, every story feeling like a keynote. I ain't stressing algorithms, I'm too smart for that. Got the dashboard glowing like the market back. I see who tapping in, what time they all online. Now my drop time's perfect, content always aligns. I got dreams on the chain, purpose on the dash. WEBBIE social on the wave, now I'm moving fast. If you stuck, post for free, you ain't in the hall. I made the jump, got plus, now I'm taking open calls, yeah.
I just want to say one thing. You know you're talking to artists when nobody talks about tipping. You can get paid on the platform, guys. You can get tipped.
No cap, I'm in the matrix with the data. Tips and crypto seed, polygon and base paper. It's a whole new lane, I ain't following the path. WEBBIE social turned a hobby to a bag. Facts, they said you changed, I said nah, I just evolved. Gave my content value, watch the problems all dissolve. From passion to precision, now it's profit when I post. WEBBIE social gave the tools, I just ran with it the most. So if you got the vision and the voice and the heart, get on WEBBIE Plus, that's where legends start. It's the platform for the real, where the dreamers align. I went from scroller to mogul, one post at a time.
And that was a damn good show. We'll see everybody on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Later, guys.